We on YouTube. I'm off of here. See y'all over there. So watch some TV. Oh, I gotta carry all this shit in, but actually I don't. I can do it like this. Whatever, baby. About to go in this house so we can watch something crazy on Tubi while I clean up for tonight. You feel me? So come on for the. Oh, my gate closed, so I ain't gonna. Matter of fact, let me put y'all through the window. Hold on. Play my cage. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. Let me find something to watch. See, talking to being more this week. Oh shit. I'm on there looking for something. I'm gonna find us something. It's for my man just be having me. It's too much. It's too much. And I feel like my rider. But that's what it clicked on. Fuck it, let me straighten this up so. Companion to game day. Where you're watching from. Y'all can watch. Nothing. Fucking 21. Enjoy the sounds of summer. The Lexus Signature Summer Event. Be sure your Lexus is ready for summer. Get $100 off 4 eligible new tires, plus additional offers on batteries, brake pads, and wax. could enjoy total savings of up to $250. Schedule service today. It all ends July 5th.
Oh, stuffed up again?
So congested.
You need Sinex saline from Vicks.
Just Sinex? Breathe. What is wow? Sinex? Breathe. Ah.
Alabama single mother Felicia Scott is given a second chance at happily ever after when a not-so-secret admirer from her past re-enters her life.
Fred was her meal ticket, and she knew that if she could keep him happy, that her and the boys would have a roof over their head.
But Felicia's dream to give her man the ultimate gift becomes another woman's worst nightmare.
Fred wanted a child more than anything else in the world.
She wanted to make Fred happy. She was willing to do whatever she could do to keep him.
And later in Tampa, Florida, teenage temptress Victoria Jackson turns forbidden love into a family.
If I had known that Jeffrey was having an affair with my sister, I would have not married him.
But when it looks like she's soon to be out of the picture, it's another man who forces Victoria to make a deadly decision.
Shoot him, Vicky, shoot him.
He is pleading for his life,
Baby, don't do it.
pleading with Victoria not to shoot him.
He started even taking through it.
It was just surprising that a young person like that would get themselves involved in such a violent incident.
There are hundreds of thousands of women in prison at any given time in the U.S. These are the true stories of women who committed heinous crimes in the name of love. For my man. Growing up in a single-parent home in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, has little Felicia Scott dreaming of one day having a family of her own.
Felicia Scott, she was a normal kid, grew up in a middle-class family, really had no problems.
Her father just wasn't in the picture and took no part in raising her. That job was handled by her mother and her grandmother.
When some children grow up in a single-parent home, they tend to look at how other kids are living, especially those with an intact family. So they start having these sorts of utopian ideas as to what that ideal family life really should be.
Before the ink has time to dry on her diploma, Felicia is already taking the first step toward having a perfect family when she dives into marriage with her high school sweetheart.
Felicia hastily married. She thought she was ready to be a wife and a mother. She wasn't.
But after 5 years of marriage and 2 kids, Felicia's overbearing attitude drives her husband away.
Felicia's personality was very dominating. In fact, it poisoned the relationship. Felicia's husband just couldn't take it anymore.
When she divorced, she didn't realize what a burden it would be to raise 2 little boys all on her own.
By the age of 23, Felicia is the living embodiment of everything she never wanted. A perpetually broke single mother barely able to raise her son.
She worked odd jobs, and she knew desperately that she wanted to be with someone, find a husband if possible, to help her with her children.
After several lonely and financially difficult years, a light at the end of the tunnel arrives. When Felicia runs into Fred Polian, a one-time admirer from her past.
Fred and Felicia actually knew each other from back in the day. So when they saw each other, they were really sort of reconnected.
Felicia always suspected the older man had a crush on her. And now, at the age of 27, she's more than happy to give Fred a chance. Before long, Fred and Felicia start spending every day together.
Fred was an ideal match for Felicia because he was kind of reserved. He was not assertive at all. And this fit with what Felicia wanted in a man very well.
Fred worked at a place for troubled kids, and he had a real fondness toward helping kids.
Life with Fred is already proving to be the kind of relationship Felicia's been longing for her whole life. In their first year of dating, Felicia and Fred move in together, and Fred wants to take the relationship to the next level. He wants Felicia to have his baby.
Fred wants to make a mark in his life, and he thought having a child, a daughter or son, would be something that would be special and hold him in high esteem.
The pressure is on for Felicia to get pregnant.
You know, in her mind, I think she felt like she needed to be able to have a child in order to keep Fred because it was such a priority in his life.
The two waste little time trying.
Fred couldn't keep his hands off of her. He was all over her every day.
Nearly every day, Fred asked Felicia, "Are you pregnant yet?" She felt the pressure because every time he asked that question, what she heard was, "You're about to be on your own again."
A month later, Felicia approaches Fred
Well, I'm
and tells him
sweating
what
like
he's
that.
been dying to hear.
You can be a father.
Felicia told Fred that she was pregnant. This was the news he had been waiting for. He was so happy. He couldn't have asked for anything else.
But Fred will soon learn that there's nothing delicate about Felicia. And the only thing she's carrying is a deep, dark secret.
She was so determined to keep her man that she would do anything to uphold or keep this crazy and sick fantasy.
The desperate person does this, a person who feels like they have no other options.
One year into their relationship, 28-year-old Felicia Scott gives her live-in boyfriend Fred Polian the ultimate gift when she tells him she's expecting his baby in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
Felicia knew that part of the bargain for getting Fred to take care of her was that she had to give him a baby.
When Fred heard the news about her pregnancy, he was speechless. He was so excited.
But Fred's excitement will be short-lived if he ever finds out Felicia's secret.
Felicia had had a hysterectomy earlier in her life, so she knew from that point forward she could not have a child.
But Felicia needs to find a way to keep her pregnancy lie going.
Come in.
And when an opportunity presents itself in the form of her boy's babysitter, 17-year-old Corethia Curry, she jumps on it.
Corethia was babysitting Felicia's two boys,
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
and Corethia confided in Felicia
I'm pregnant.
about her pregnancy.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Corethia was a sweet young woman. She was 17 years old. She was somewhat naive.
Let me look at you.
She lived in the same neighborhood as Felicia. Now that Felicia knew Corethia was pregnant, she could match the timing of her fake pregnancy with Corethia's real one.
Felicia wastes no time setting her devious plan in motion.
Felicia told people that she was having morning sickness. She didn't wear maternity clothes. She didn't swell up.
She talked about, you know, the fact that she didn't have a big belly, but that she carried her weight in her behind. Fred was either the dumbest person for not realizing she wasn't pregnant.
I'm sweating like
or the
Poncho.
smartest person for helping her cover it up.
Not the dumbest
Fred
person.
never had a child before, so he didn't know what to expect with respect to a pregnancy.
Oh,
So
shit.
He just went along with whatever was happening at the time.
Wipe my damn face.
The clock is ticking. Felicia has less than 9 months to deliver Fred a baby.
Where the place?
Oh, they're at one of their friends' house just playing. I really just want to be able to spend time with you.
Okay.
So how's she doing?
The now 29-year-old spends months playing the role of the naive teenager's best friend.
She feels like she's gonna be big.
Felicia started spending a lot of time with Corethia. They shared stories together about babies, about having a new baby, what the experience would be like, sharing food stories, things of that nature. They were inseparable.
And you don't think she's gonna come earlier? Because she She seems like she might be ready soon. I'm so happy for you. I really am.
Felicia knows when the day arrives, she only has one shot to get it right. So she spends the next 7 months doing her homework to prepare for a gruesome abduction.
Alicia went to a local health clinic to get brochures about C-sections and having home deliveries.
Felicia was committed to giving Fred what he wanted, this baby. She was determined. She had the eye of the tiger. There was just no turning back.
With Carethia at 9 months and her due date rapidly approaching, a by now impatient Felicia decides it's time to give Fred the baby he's always longed for. One day after shopping with Carethia and her mother, Felicia invites the expectant teen over to her place.
Alicia and Carethia grabbed some pizza and headed home to hang out at Felicia's apartment.
Sorry to hear this first expected mother.
Felicia waits patiently for just the right moment to pounce on the unsuspecting mom-to-be.
It's an extreme plan, but she would do practically anything to please her man.
And later, in Tampa, Florida, Victoria Jackson must make a deadly decision between her married lover and her boyfriend of 2 months.
He is still bound with the shoestrings in front of his body. They tell him to get in the van. Victoria gets into the driver's seat. They pull to the side of the road, and now she's holding the gun.
Victoria wasn't willing to give up the relationship, even if it meant armed robbery, murder, and kidnapping.
These are delicious. Thanks. They're from the freezer. Can't believe you guys are gagillionaires now. Streaming outside with chicken nuggets? This is the life. Cheers to that. They've been quiet for a while. Yeah. Mom! Dad! What are you doing?
We have to finish this next level.
They're going to sleep really good tonight.
Expand your Wi-Fi footprint with AT&T, America's fastest internet.
Time to start your business? It's time for Shopify. Get everything you need to go from launch to legendary. Bring your brand to life with easy to customize themes. Drag, drop, done. Start selling everywhere people shop, whether they're strolling or scrolling.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream.
And never leave a sale behind with the world's best converting checkout. See what millions of businesses sell with Shopify. Start your free trial today.
Get the fuck out of my room. Get out of my room. Get out.
In Tuscaloosa, Alabama, after almost 9 months of waiting, 17-year-old Carethia Curry is all that stands in the way of 29-year-old Felicia Scott's dream of giving her man the one thing he wants most, a baby.
Felicia planned to fake her pregnancy until Carethia was 9 months pregnant.
With her boys upstairs sound asleep and Fred working late at the home for troubled kids, Felicia knows it's now or never.
She was cold, calculating, brutal.
It was a surprise attack. Felicia shot Carethia in the back of the head. Her body dropped and fell directly to the ground.
Carethia is down, so Felicia turns her attention to delivering the baby.
Felicia's so determined in what she's doing that she's throwing caution to the wind. She's on autopilot. She's a robot. She's separating her emotions and her feelings from actually what she is doing. this heinous crime.
Felicia can't make a mistake or she will never be able to please Fred. And this is all for him. It's time to put all she's learned about C-sections to work.
Felicia grabbed a razor blade and she cut Carithia from her neck down to her groin. She had only 7 minutes or so before that baby could go critical because of lack of oxygen. So she was moving as quickly as
You
she
too,
could.
man.
And suddenly,
I'm cleaning up. Rock on, Sean.
While Felicia was cutting Carithia's abdomen open, she realized that Carithia was still alive. Felicia had to do something, and what she did was horrific. She shot Carithia again in the head. As Carithia bled out, Felicia continued the home C-section.
With the newborn finally in her arms, Felicia basks in the glow of success of her sinister scheme.
The baby survived the delivery. She was a healthy baby girl, breathing on her own without any complications.
Fred's due home from work at any minute, so Felicia rushes to clean the bloody scene and get rid of the body.
Felicia was on her hands and knees, cleaning up all the blood, scrubbing the floors, and throwing everything in the trash.
Carithia's body was placed inside a green garbage can. The top was put on it and it was sealed up with duct tape.
Felicia drags the garbage can out of the house and puts it in the trunk of her car, only moments before Fred comes home.
Fred, it happened.
Fred couldn't believe his eyes. He thought it was odd, but he didn't question it. He was just happy to see his new baby girl. And he just melted.
When Felicia saw that Fred was holding that baby, for her, her prayers had been answered. All of the heinous actions were worth it. She was a mother to this child for Fred, and mission accomplished. She was in nirvana.
His reaction leaves no doubt in Felicia's mind that she's done the right thing. But there's still something she needs to take care of.
Felicia pointed out to Fred that there were lots of bloody towels and sheets that needed to be disposed of, and they were in the trash can. And she wanted him to take that out right away and could just get rid of it.
Happy to do anything for the woman who's just given birth to his daughter, Fred dutifully follows Felicia's instructions and dumps the trash bin in a ravine 50 miles away.
Fred never asked any questions about it, but he took the trash can out of the trunk of the car and let it roll down the ravine.
Fred didn't have any reason not to trust Felicia, that everything she did was pretty much perfect, and I assert that he really wanted to believe.
With the evidence disposed of, Felicia focuses on Fred and their new baby, who they name Kiyomi. But in less than 48 hours, her perfect family will start to fall apart.
Carithia's mother called the police and was reporting her child was missing and had every reason to believe that Felicia Scott had something to do with it.
She tells them how the three went shopping, and then Felicia and Carithia split off for dinner at Felicia's.
The only information she could give police was that the last person she saw her daughter with was Felicia.
2 days later, with Fred at work, the police pay Felicia a visit.
Yes.
She answers the door, cradling a newborn.
She's mine. It was a miraculous home delivery.
Okay, so have you been to the hospital?
She told us that she had a at-home birth at her sister's, which would have been in Birmingham.
She's only a few days.
At this point, she produced paperwork that showed she had been, in fact, to Cooper Green Hospital.
Felicia doesn't miss a beat when asked about Carithia Curry's whereabouts.
You know Carithia?
I know Carithia, but she and her mother fought a lot. Carithia probably ran off again.
Felicia said it was very possible that Carithia had just run away because of her unhappy home life.
On the way back to the station, Detective Hearing calls around to check out her story.
They decided to call the Tuscaloosa Health Department. Once they got in touch with the health department, they realized that Felicia had actually had a hysterectomy.
At that point, it became real. We realized that we needed to locate Felicia immediately because obviously this wasn't her baby.
Within 24 hours, detectives trace Felicia to her father's home in Norcross, Georgia.
Went inside the residence where I saw Felicia Scott laying on the couch with the baby on her chest.
Got the baby.
Why are you taking my baby? I didn't do anything.
Down on the ground.
Felicia stated to me that Corethia had given her that baby, that it was Corethia's baby, but that Corethia didn't want it, wanted her to have it, and that she gave her that baby and that she left that night just walking away.
Felicia felt that everything that she had done was worth it. She was okay with it in her mind because of love that trumped her crime.
Investigators have no way of connecting Felicia to Corethia's murder without a body, so she's released on bail. But 2 months later, Corethia's body is discovered at the bottom of a ravine near Felicia's sister's house. That same day, Felicia is arrested and charged for Corethia's murder.
This bitch is
Felicia
crazy.
Scott never admitted to killing Corethia Courier and never admitted to kidnapping the child.
Fred insists he had no knowledge of what was in the trash can. But when he admits to dumping it, he's arrested for kidnapping a minor and is sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Damn.
2 years later, a jury convicts Felicia of first-degree murder. She's sentenced to life with no possibility of parole.
In her own twisted mind, with her own narcissistic needs, Felicia thought that she deserved to have that baby. Anything in order to find pure happiness with Fred.
In the end, Felicia loses her man and the baby she desperately wanted to give him.
I believe Felicia faked her pregnancy to keep Fred. Plain and simple. I think that she knew that Fred wanted a child. I think she was in fear that if he knew she couldn't have a child, that he would go find someone that could.
The fact that someone would go through something like this for a man is absolutely ridiculous.
How does Felicia live with it afterwards? It's very simple. Felicia is incapable of caring about anyone but Felicia.
Felicia Scott took extreme measures to give her man a child, but she isn't the only woman willing to go to unspeakable lengths in the name of love. In Tampa, Florida, Victoria Jackson's involvement in a sordid love affair pushes her to commit the ultimate act of betrayal for her man. At the age of 16, Victoria Jackson is still trying to cope with the suicide of her father 1 year earlier, much to the heartbreak of her older sister, Crystal.
We lost our father towards the age of 15, and she took it very hard. She was an A student prior to that. Afterwards, she got into a little trouble hanging with the wrong people.
For Victoria to have such a close relationship with her father and for him to be suddenly gone in that way, such a traumatic event in her life, would lead her to now look for another father figure.
Victoria's relentless search for love will drive her into the arms of two different men, a sinful situation that leads to deadly consequences.
Victoria found herself living between a man that was controlling her with his demanding demeanor and another man who controlled her through his finances. She's just a puppet.
Waitress, how can I help you?
Is it true you offer free car insurance quotes?
Yes, absolutely.
And I can get insurance even with a bad driving record?
Yes, of course.
Even if I had a few tickets?
Yes, sir.
Do you have offices?
Yes.
Wow, Freeway really says yes to everything, huh?
Yes.
So, can I get your phone number? I just love your voice.
Sure. Write this down.
1-800.
Freedom, official insurance partner of NASCAR. 800-676-3021. 800-676-3021.
What did you open that? I'm cat. Suit yourself.
Birthday, America. This is the furniture you waited 250 years for. Bob's Sedona Power Reclining Sofa, genuine leather seats, the Homeworks dining set, lift top storage, the Solitude bedroom, over 700 five-star reviews, and the Playday sectional, made for 100% American ambition.
Celebrate the 4th of July weekend at Bob's.
Where America shops for furniture.
Trademark.
Oh my God! Bob's Discount Furniture.
To buy or not to buy? That is their question. And nobody knows shoppers better than Shopify. The undisputed, undefeated checkout champion of the world. Businesses that want to win Shopify.
Just use Instacart.
Making every dollar count is important to you, so it's important to Allstate. Drive safe? Congrats, you save. Drive less? More savings. Multiple vehicles? Savings. If it's important to you, it's important to us. You're in good hands with Allstate.
In Tampa, Florida, 16-year-old Victoria Jackson comes out of a severe depression thanks to the new man in her life, 32-year-old Jeffrey Dampier.
By all accounts, Jeffrey was a pretty nice guy. But you're talking about a 32-year-old being involved with a 16-year-old that was Victoria's age at the time. So you're talking about a relationship that was wholly inappropriate and as well illegal.
Jeffrey Dampier was very sweet. He had this glow that would just make you just smile and laugh. And he had a very kind heart.
He bought Victoria lavish gifts. He bought Victoria a car. He paid for her schooling. He was very generous with his funds.
But not only is Jeffrey robbing the cradle, he's also engaged to another woman, Victoria's older sister, Crystal.
I met Jeffrey Dampier at Arkham Skating Rink in Chicago, Illinois. So he came up to the side of the rail of the skating rink and he said, "Wow, will you marry me?" And I said, "This man must be crazy."
Jeffrey is a man with $1 million smile and an even bigger bank account.
Jeffrey and his ex-wife won the Illinois lottery and they won $20 million, in which they split it in half and got 10 and 10 apiece.
A jackpot which is being used not only to romance Crystal, but also her little sister.
The relationship started between the two after Jeffrey started dating Crystal and Victoria was brought into the mix, being that she was a sibling.
Victoria was involved in this triangle because it met many of her needs. She had a sugar daddy who took care of her financially, but most importantly, Jeff also played the role of being her father, the father who had tragically killed himself earlier.
If I knew that Jeffrey was having an affair with Victoria, I would have not married him and I had no clue at all.
Yes.
After only 1 year of living together, Crystal and Jeffrey get married. And for Crystal's family, it's like hitting a jackpot of their own.
Eventually, he started to support Crystal and her sisters, Victoria and Terry.
2 years into their marriage, the couple moves to Tampa, Florida, to escape the cold of Chicago, and Victoria tags along.
Shortly after moving down to Florida, Victoria moved down and she stayed with us for about 4 months. I said, well, as long as you're being positive and doing something right for your life, certainly.
Victoria lives the high life, squeezing every penny out of her brother-in-law right under Crystal's nose.
Anything that she needed financially, he gave it to her. And the control that he had was the fact that he had money. And she knew if she needed something, she just had to make one phone call.
Soon, Victoria and Crystal aren't the only Jackson women benefiting from Jeffrey's Midas touch.
Jeffrey moved their sister Terry to Florida.
For the next 3 years, Jeffrey ponies up to Crystal's younger siblings' every need without complaint. And by all accounts, Crystal remains clueless about the affair. She's still Jeffrey's happy wife.
I did not know who she was seeing. I really can't say that I see any difference, but the household was running normally.
What up, baby?
But Victoria eventually grows tired of playing second fiddle and gives Jeffrey an ultimatum.
Vicky was very naive when she thought that Jeffrey would leave his wife and marry her. This is classic textbook. Quite often, husbands rarely leave their wives for the mistresses. After all, a lot of them think, why buy the cow when you can get the milk for free?
Tired of only being used for sex, Victoria tells Jeffrey she needs some space.
Jeffrey purchased Victoria an apartment. Victoria was trying to distance herself or wean herself away from Jeffrey. Jeffrey was paying for the apartment, so she was still under his control. He continued to control her through his funds.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Victoria rebels against Jeffrey by looking for other fish in the sea, and she is soon catching up with an old flame.
You haven't changed a bit.
Nathaniel Jackson.
Still no leaves at things to say.
Victoria knew Nathaniel because they dated each other off and on for about a year and a half when they both lived in Chicago.
Oh, I'm done for right now, so I'm locked in.
Really lost touch when she moved to Florida, and they quickly jumped back into a routine of coffee.
Hey, baby.
Yeah, I know. You should come see me.
The age difference between Nathaniel and Victoria was about 2 years.
She wanted more from somebody and wasn't getting everything she wanted from Jeffrey. He gets double arrest for drug possession, for an aggravated assault, some other traffic charges. He had a lengthy criminal history from Illinois.
And Nathaniel's renewed interest in Victoria is no accident.
Nathaniel had some charges associated with money, and here he is now calling Victoria, who he knows is in a relationship with a man who is wealthy.
Nathaniel only has one thing on his mind. And he knows Victoria's lover is loaded, so he suggests the two move in together, and she gladly accepts.
Nathaniel was with Victoria not so much out of love, but because he knew that she had access to Jeffrey's money. So for him, it was about the Benjamins. For Victoria, she was just happy to have a man by her side, having that warm body to keep her company.
Any of the money that Victoria received from Jeffrey, they would spend it together. This was money being given to him by Jeff, so Nathaniel was basically being supported by him.
It doesn't take long before Jeffrey finds out about it. Blinded by jealousy, he threatens to cut Victoria off. Jeffrey then goes to his wife with his intention and a made-up reason to go with it.
We had a conversation regarding giving. And it was more or less, he was getting frustrated because everybody was asking, and he felt like the money bag at that time. I told him, don't give it to my sister. Don't give it to Victoria or Terry if they ask, unless it's life's death.
The sisters are less than pleased with the new arrangement, and they're not the only ones.
They were upset, but when Nathaniel found out about it, he was furious. If Jeffrey cut off Victoria, they cut him off. That was not going to fly.
Now Victoria has to make a choice to stand by her man. But which one will it be? She's about to be forced into a deadly show of loyalty that will cost one of her men his life.
He is pleading for his life, pleading with Victoria not to shoot him, not to shoot him.
In Tampa, Florida, 5 years into their illicit affair, 23-year-old Victoria Jackson's sugar daddy and brother-in-law cuts her off when he finds out about her live-in boyfriend, Nathaniel Jackson.
If Jeffrey cut off Victoria, they cut him off. And Nathaniel was not going to live with that. That was not going to fly.
Call him up and get him over here.
Victoria's loyalty now lies with Nathaniel. If Victoria can't have Jeffrey's love, then she and Nathaniel will have his money. The plot is set into motion.
Good. You always make time for me. Cannot wait to see you. See you soon.
Jerry was at the apartment,
All right. Bye.
and Victoria called Jeffrey and asked him to come over to the house to drop off some boxing tickets.
Victoria leads Jeffrey into the kitchen where Nathaniel attacks.
Where's the money, huh?
Hearing the commotion, Victoria's sister, Terry, comes out to see what's going on.
They start demanding money, searching his pockets. It's a pretty scary situation.
Jeffrey was carrying a wad of cash, so they took about $7 grand off of him.
Victoria looks on as Nathaniel threatens Jeffrey.
I need you to find me more money on my shirt.
Victoria is caught between her lover and her boyfriend. Victoria disassociated herself from the moment.
Jeffrey has been relieved of his cash, but Nathaniel isn't finished with him yet.
Jeffrey was tied up and they walked him down to his van.
Nathaniel forces the sisters and Jeffrey into the van and leads them on a ride to hell.
Victoria was ordered to drive.
Drive now. Hurry up.
It's quite possible that one of the reasons that Victoria took some sort of revenge against Jeffrey was that he had promised to marry her and instead appeared to be leading her on. So when Nathaniel came up with his plan of robbing Jeffrey, Victoria went along with it.
So when Nathaniel orders Victoria to drive to the location of one of his business ventures where he
What
plans
up,
to
Matt?
empty the safe, she complies. But Jeffrey throws a wrench into Nathaniel's scheme.
I don't have any money in the safe in the trunk.
Jeffrey told them that there was no money in the safe. Nathaniel got upset.
Pull over now.
Victoria was listening to Nathaniel. Whatever Nathaniel tells her, she does it.
And Nathaniel is about to tell her to do the unthinkable.
Shoot him. Shoot him, Victor. Shoot him.
Nathaniel now hands the gun to Victoria and tells her to hold the gun on Jeffrey.
Come on.
Nathaniel turns the stereo up in the van and then starts to yell at Victoria.
Shoot him.
Vicky, shoot him. Repeats himself over and over again.
Shoot him.
At this moment, one can only imagine what was all going through Victoria's head.
Do it.
Victoria's boyfriend was demanding her to put a bullet in her lover's head.
Oh,
Victoria has a choice to make for her man, whichever that may be.
Think about it.
Victoria then grasps the gun with both hands.
She put both her hands on the gun, closed her eyes, turned away, and fired.
these niggas.
It's a hot summer night in Tampa, Florida, and Victoria Jackson has just been ordered by one man she loves
Shoot him.
to take the life of another.
Come on, baby.
This whole incident was supposed to simply be a robbery.
At Nathaniel's command, Victoria closes her eyes and makes a deadly choice.
Victoria fired a bullet right into the back of Jeffrey's head.
Jeffrey dies instantly.
Victoria faced a horrible decision. She could have stopped this at any moment. She had that option. But instead, she decided to follow the commands of her boyfriend.
Bitch.
After Victoria shot Jeffrey, all three jumped out and ran separate ways.
At 9:30,
Man.
a neighbor discovers the car still running with Jeffrey's dead body inside and calls 911.
911, what's your emergency?
We have a homicide. A van has been abandoned here, like literally just a few minutes ago. And neighbors saw 3 kids get out of the car and take off, and there is a dead body in the car. Still running.
Deputies from the Tampa Police Department respond to the scene and are alerted to a suspicious woman in the area.
Terry is actually found along the main roadway, waving cars down, trying to get a ride. One of the deputies were able to detain her for further questioning.
Victoria and Nathaniel managed to get a cab to take them to Jacksonville, 170 miles northeast of Tampa. Back at the station, Terry tells police what happened and says she's a victim.
Hurry up, quick. Shoot him, Vic. She's in the back of the van, has no idea what's going on. She got kidnapped too. We put warrants out for the arrest for Nathaniel and Victoria. At this point, we notified the media, and their story was highlighted on several news outlets in the area.
2 days later, Victoria and Nathaniel are arrested without incident at the home of a friend in Jacksonville.
Nathaniel had $1,500 of the money that he took from Jeffrey, and the money had bloodstains on it.
Once in custody, Victoria is stunned to learn that the man she killed her lover for is selling her out.
What you expected?
Your boyfriend told us it was your idea to rob him and to also shoot him.
I think that Victoria thought that Nathaniel would have protected her, and it all would have been well.
When police tell Victoria Nathaniel's setting her up to take the fall, she gives a full confession of what happened.
I was told earlier today to call him to see if I can get him to come over.
Okay. And who told you to do that?
Nathaniel Jackson,
Okay. And why did he want him to come over?
to get some money from him. Robin. He started yelling, "Did you do it? Did you do it?"
I don't know if she's forgiving herself for what she does, but I do know that she's facing that every day in the decision and the choice that she made.
So for Victoria, there was a lot of emotion, a lot of conflict. perhaps some guilt, some anger, all of those things are all boiled into one. And in this case, it led to the death of Jeffrey.
I still talk to my sister because I don't want to have a cold heart. I don't want to be
Ah, fuck that bitch.
holding on to that grudge.
Girl, please.
And I still have pictures of my late husband, and I still think of him. But I believe that I will get my chance to.
That's why your ass shouldn't be cheating. Simple as that. Your husband wouldn't have been fucking your sister, it wouldn't have happened. Still got sympathy for the nigga.
I'm not here. I'm not Jack.
Because a car that doesn't make you feel recognized is a car that stops short of amazing.
Now I'm just washing. Just wash my pillowcases and my
Standing
pillows.
right here in this casino, and here's the truth. These machines are programmed to keep you spinning until your balance is gone. The house always wins. That's why I switched to Jackpot Nights. It's fair, has no ads, and cash outs are lightning fast. You have a real chance to win up to 200
I get so tired of seeing these damn commercials.
is waiting in game. Stop feeding those machines. Download Jackpot Nights now and start winning for real.
Jackpot Nice and make money.
Year ago, our founders made a promise to always take care of their own. That promise is still at the heart of everything we do. Why our members know we'll do what's right. USAA, taking care of our own.
Twenty-year-old Deborah Brown breaks out of her shell when she meets a smooth-talking charmer on the streets of Waukegan, Illinois.
Waukegan, Illinois.
She was hoping to be loved and willing to make such a huge.
These AIS commercial, okay?
But when her man's twisted perversion sent him running from police, Deborah willingly tags along and helps bring his monstrous fantasies to life.
What the fuck?
The horror and the trail of terror that they left behind left a cloud over communities.
Alton and Deborah were as evil as any couple could be.
And later,
I think this the bitch that help her nigga molest them kids.
thinks her days of being used and abused are over when she meets handsome bachelor Stephen Martin.
You would treat her like a queen. She wanted it to last.
Only to find herself pulled into a world more dangerous than she could ever imagine.
They got her high and put a gun in her purse, and he said, I need money.
She closed her eyes, and next thing you know, the gun was going off because she wanted to hold on to him.
There are hundreds of thousands of women in prison at any given time in the U.S. These are the true stories of women who committed heinous crimes in the name of love. For my man. Growing up in the quiet suburbs of Waukegan, Illinois, young Deborah Brown certainly didn't seem marked for notoriety.
What we know about Deborah is that she was a very shy young woman growing up. Her mom characterized her as a good girl.
2 years removed from high school, the sweet and unassuming Deborah still lives at home, along with her 10 siblings.
This was a very young woman who came from a very large family, a lot of kids. And when you have so many siblings, it's just so easy to get lost in the sauce.
But Deborah's humdrum world is spun upside down one fall day when she meets neighborhood ladies' man, Alton Coleman.
Alton Coleman was charming. He was very easy to talk to. He could carry on a conversation, and people just trusted him.
Deborah is instantly taken with Alton's charismatic personality. The self-described professional poker player seems to hypnotize her.
I think she's
Yeah, I think this the one.
who meets a young man and who sees in him what she thinks that she's been
She a
wanting.
cold bitch.
Romance quickly blossoms between the two, and after a few weeks of dating, Alton asks Deborah to live with him in the house he shares with his grandmother. But Alton's offer comes with an interesting string attached, a job in the home that keeps her removed from the outside world.
She was paid $25 a month to basically be a nurse's aide to Alton's grandmother.
$25 a month.
Is worth its weight in gold.
What the fuck?
She would
$25 a month.
do chores around the house.
It gave her a sense of belonging, and I think that's why Deborah helped him.
This was probably the first person that she felt actually needed her.
For the next few months, Deborah lives a charmed life under Alton's spell.
For $50?
Until one day when Alton receives a court summons and reveals to Deborah a shocking secret.
Alton, hey, baby, what is this?
He was awaiting trial on a sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl.
There were 6 different sexual violent offenses on record that Alton was engaged in prior to her meeting him.
Don't worry about it. We good.
It was well known in the neighborhood that Alton grew up that his mother was a prostitute, and she would often engage in sex with her Johns in front of this young boy.
Despite Alton's predatory past,
Oh, so he hate women. He hate women.
He asks her to accompany him to court the following week.
Deborah knew that he was going to court on a rape charge. It would be the normal thing to do if the man that you loved had committed rapes of very young girls, that you would leave.
Yeah.
The night before his scheduled court appearance, Alton is nowhere to be found. And when Alton finally shows up the next morning,
He told her he had done something wrong that night.
She asked him what it was, and he wouldn't tell her.
after dropping the subject, an hour later, Deborah stands by Alton as he makes a pretrial plea of not guilty to the rape charge.
It definitely was not enough to make her walk away.
Alton returns home with Deborah only to vanish once again. Left to care for his grandmother, Deborah gets a surprise visit. Law enforcement are looking for Alton Coleman, their prime suspect in the disappearance of 9-year-old.
Look at this motherfucker. Oh my God, she was so pretty.
6 weeks earlier, Alton had befriended the young girl's mother, Adrian, in nearby Kenosha.
He was riding a bicycle through the alley. He smiled at her. They struck up a conversation. And over the next month, he would come from Waukegan to Kenosha to visit her.
It appears that having a home life with Deborah hasn't stopped Alton from playing the field.
Vernita's mother was single. He was helpful. He ran errands for him, and he was just generally being nice to her and Vernita.
He used an alias and gained her trust by starting to date her. She believed that it was okay for Vernita to be with him and felt safe with that.
Then, 6 weeks later, on the night before his court date, Alton asked Adrian if he could take little Vernita out for some fun. She had no idea he had a history of sexual violence.
Hell no. Don't even ask to take my kids nowhere without me.
Take Vernita to a carnival, and she never came home.
Less than
Oh my
24
God.
hours after Vernita is reported
Oh my God, that beautiful young lady.
to the police station in Waukegan to look at photos of known sex offenders. She immediately picks out Alton's mugshot from the lineup.
I think we all feared that she had been killed.
Later that morning, investigators show up at Deborah's door.
She provided us the statement that Alton had told her he had done something wrong.
She was candid, and she openly talked about it.
Believing they've gotten all they can from Deborah, the authorities leave,
Cooperation.
with the promise of returning to talk to her more at a later date. But law enforcement will never get that chance because Alton will soon return to pick up something valuable he left behind. Deborah.
A woman with her wits about her would say, oh my goodness, there's something wrong here, and leave But in her case, she still hoped that she would have a happy life with him.
As she follows Alton in what she hopes will be a path to a new life together, Deborah will prove the lengths that she's willing to go for her man.
There's no way that she could imagine what he was capable of and what she was capable of.
Yep, this sick bitch.
Haven't heard of me yet? That's exactly why your bank account's empty. Join Grand Fortune Club. Spin the reels and watch the big wins keep rolling in. Get up to 20 SC plus 300 free spins.
This bitch is crazy.
No deposits required. Instant on Dorotos. Come try your luck.
Not what I mean. Okay.
Win the jackpot at the Grand Fortune Club.
"50 miles north of Chicago, in the town of Waukegan, Illinois, 20-year-old Deborah Brown has stood by her man of 10 months, 28-year-old sexual predator, Alton Coleman.
When he met Deborah, he was waiting trial on the sexual assault of a 14-year-old girl.
There was something in Alton that she connected with that made her decide that it was worth being with him.
No, that
But
bitch is
after being
crazy.
named the prime suspect in the disappearance of 9-year-old Vernita Wheat, Alton goes on the run. Less than 48 hours after taking off, Alton calls Deborah. He has stolen a car and is about to leave town. And he wants Deborah to go with him.
Alton was able to convince Deborah that he needed her to get away from the police. I think it was easier for Alton to escape capture by having a female with him.
She compartmentalizes his very dangerous character so that she can continue to love him and be with him.
Because that bitch wanted to be in delusion.
The two hit the road.
She
and
wanted that.
trying to keep one step ahead.
Like, girl, he just went to trial for raping a 14-year-old. Now this little 9-year-old girl missing, and you riding with him.
I think she was okay with being in a new place.
But law enforcement is hot on their trail.
This became a nationwide manhunt, even to the point that the FBI placed Alton on a special most wanted list.
After a week on the run, the fugitive couple abandons their stolen vehicle in Gary, Indiana, 72 miles south of Waukegan. But they can't outrun Alton's twisted compulsion when he sees two little girls walking alone. Alton asked Deborah to help him do something wrong. And then he told her to tell the little girls that she had some clothes for them.
Having Deborah approach them first reduced the level of suspicion for the girls.
Deborah approaches 7-year-old Tamika and 9-year-old Annie.
Oh my God.
Said to the little girls, "I have some clothes for you. Would you like them?" And they said yes. And so then they walked a little ways toward a park. And then all of a sudden, Alton grabbed the one little girl, tore her clothes off, and told Deborah to hold the other little girl. Deborah follows her man's orders.
Stupid bitch.
The fabric from the
Part of that. Oh, I can't stand bitch.
ties so that they can gag the girls and tie the girls up.
Alton and Deborah forced the girls to perform unspeakable acts on them before savagely assaulting the 9-year-old Annie. Alton raped Annie, strangled her, and left her there. And then he asked Deborah to hold the feet of the little girl. Then he strangled her too. And then they just walked away. After each
Like nothing happened.
every command, Deborah has crossed an unforgivable line. She has become a sexual predator and child killer.
The fact that Deborah helped hold their legs down while he did this says to me that at this point she had completely bought into him. Alton was not holding a gun to Deborah's head.
It is a true partnership, And now, finally, she can say she is a special person. She stands out, and she is an equal to this man who she really loves.
Miraculously, Annie survives the brutal assault and is found by a passerby later that day. She directs him to 7-year-old Tamika's
Get my
body.
sisters out the
By
garage so I
now,
can finish
every
cutting
law
my hair.
enforcement agency in Indiana is aware of the fugitive couple. When authorities show Annie their photos, she is able to identify Alton from his mugshot. Meanwhile, Deborah and Alton are desperate to stay one step ahead of the law.
They were on the run and they needed money, they needed transportation.
One day after their attack on the little girls, Deborah and Alton are still in Gary, looking for a vehicle to steal to get them out of the city. That's when they spot 25-year-old Donna Williams by herself.
Alton and Deborah befriended Donna under the guise of wanting to be closer to God, and they used Donna's faith to lure her.
Excited to have made new friends, Donna offers Deborah and Alton a ride to a church function. Once in the car, Alton and Deborah strike. Deborah takes control of the wheel, allowing Alton to ruthlessly force himself on Donna.
The longer this killing spree goes on, the more invincible Deborah and Alton are feeling. And as part of that, the more addicted they are to this very horrific behavior.
After Alton rapes her, he wraps his hands around Donna's neck and watches as the life is suffocated out of her.
The ability to be even more gruesome and violent translates into excitement. It translates into kind of getting off on what she was doing.
As they make their way out of town,
Man, what kind of shut up!
Her lifeless body near an abandoned building. Despite the nationwide manhunt,
How in the
Deborah and Alton
fuck
managed to stay
you
under
even
the
cool
radar
with your nigga
for
doing that and you watch it?
40 days. They stole many, many cars along the way. They would
You know what I'm saying?
before they abandoned them. So it'd take a while for the police to trace them. The longer the two are on the loose, the bigger the body count.
He basically letting you know your shit ain't nothing.
I think after they had killed several people that they were enjoying the Bonnie and Clyde type murder spree that they were going on.
For Deborah and Alton, getting involved in these grisly murders and rapes became sort of like the new normal for them. They needed to step up the game in order to feel that satisfaction and pleasure. They needed more of that thrill killing in order to really feel good.
Later that summer in Kenosha, Wisconsin, the devastating fate of 9-year-old Vernita Wheat finally comes to light.
Vernita Weed's body was discovered in the abandoned building about 3 weeks after we last knew of Alton and Deborah Brown's location. And in her pocket was the torn ticket for the carnival, identifying it back to the carnival she had attended.
The cause of death was strangulation.
When you have to handle the crime scene of a young child is probably the worst thing you could ever do as a police officer.
Investigators find Alton's fingerprints on items near Vernita's body. But as evil as Alton was on his own, authorities know now he's even more dangerous with his willing accomplice at his side.
I have to believe that at that time, Deborah was actually enjoying what was happening.
Deborah Brown could have gotten away at any time she wanted to.
Like, girl.
Instead, she joins Alton as they ride through a peaceful suburb in Ohio where their savagery sees no bounds.
It was really unimaginable, the level of horror that the two of them were able to inflict.
And later in Wilmington, Delaware, 17-year-old Shakira Wanham puts herself in a deadly situation for the love of an older man.
Shakira's intentions was to rob someone. She didn't mean to shoot someone. Shooting a gun was the last thing Shakira ever dreamed of doing.
She was afraid that something would happen to her or her family if she did not do what she was told to do.
Hope
It's more than an address. It's where you connect. You recharge. You succeed. You learn. You celebrate. You explore. Home is where you experience life's most significant moments and all the little ones in between. Irvine Company Apartment Communities, where home means more.
We may not speak the same language, we may not come from the same place, but when we share the same passions, borders cease to exist. Dinero, your borderless digital bank.
Into all the challenges and all the motivation to start. Did everyone already hit their goals? Did they achieve everything they were hoping for a month ago? Motivation is a lie. The plan is the truth.
Deborah Brown and Alton Coleman are on a rape and murder spree across the Midwest. As eyewitness accounts and mounting evidence put to rest any illusion that Deborah is anything but a willing participant.
Prior to meeting Alton, you see no signal or no indication of any behavior anywhere close to what you see Deborah performing at this point. She was all in, no question about it.
Alton has all of his perverse, murderous, and sexual needs met, while Deborah is able to fill a very special role.
After almost 7 weeks on the run, Deborah and Alton find themselves low on funds as they prowl through a suburb in Ohio when they see a for sale sign for a camper. The owners, 50-year-old Harry Walters, and his wife, 45-year-old Marlene, welcome Deborah and Alton inside.
When they stepped inside the home, the Walters were pretty excited for having a potential buyer. I'm sure they were very hospitable.
Alton and Deborah prepare to pounce.
Alton asked him about a candlestick holder that was next to the fireplace. Apparently it was relatively unique. Alton crashed it over Harry's head. It hit him several times.
That motherfucker crazy. I just had to wash my hair, y'all. Oh.
Harry.
Fucking wild.
His lead, picks up the candlestick and uses it to beat Marlene to death.
Physiologically, when we look at what was going on with them, with any kind of addiction, in this case, an addiction to murder, mayhem, and rape, certain neurotransmitters are released, shoot or kill or rape another person. That was good. Do it again.
Marlene is dead. Harry is alive, but badly beaten.
Alton and Deborah ransacks the home, takes the jewelry and the car.
Alton and Deborah are on the move. They begin driving north toward Waukegan, Illinois. They abandoned that car and got on the train. They got off the train in Evanston, Illinois. Evanston lies just 30 miles south of Waukegan and is where Alton grew up.
This is where all their resources were. They go back to a place that is familiar, that feels like home, in order to build themselves back up, have some level of comfort, and then go back out into the world and create more mayhem.
But what Alton failed to plan is what to do if they were caught. A move that will prove costly. Alton was crossing the street there in Evanston.
And a guy that he went to high school with in Waukegan recognized him and called the local police.
Police are dispatched to the area, but the two are gone. Then they're spotted in a nearby park. Rather than go out guns blazing, Deborah follows Alton's lead as he helplessly throws his hands up.
By the time that they were arrested, that they were just tired. They put up no
So you mean to
resistance.
tell me
The couple's arrest.
y'all do all that, then when the police come, just fuck it. Sucker shit. Sucker shit. Y'all supposed to go out guns blazing, Bonnie and Clyde.
The amount of death and destruction that Alton and Deborah left behind in 7 weeks is unbelievable. 8 murders, 7 rapes, 15 individuals that they've either robbed or terrified or injured in some way.
So this is really fascinating when we look back at Deborah's life. Here's a young woman growing up in a family. There's absolutely no history of violence.
This is crazy.
Way, but yet when she meets Alton, she makes this flip and becomes
Ain't no different from when niggas,
absolutely
just like them niggas that killed whatever that rapper was, you didn't even know him.
Wisely, and only charged
What was
the
your
duo with
reason?
crimes for which they will be
Threw your
sentenced.
whole life away.
No other charges are brought
Okay.
against them.
Stupid.
In Indiana, both
Stupid.
Alton and Deborah were sentenced to death for the murder of 7-year-old Tamika Turks.
You really hit that 7-year-old girl like that.
Through it all, Deborah has Alton's back to the bitter end.
Deborah showed no remorse towards any of the victims. The only person that she cared about was Alton. She testified in the penalty phase of his trial that she had done all the murders and he hadn't done any.
When we see couples involved in crime and they get caught at the end of their spree, quite often they turn on one another. The foundation of that love was not strong to begin with. But Deborah wants to make sure that nothing happens to Alton. And I think this speaks purely of the fact that she loved him more than she loved herself.
Alton is extradited to Illinois, where he is convicted and sentenced to death for the murder of 9-year-old Vernita Wheat. After serving 17 years in prison, Alton Coleman was put to death for his crimes. Willing to take the fall for her man, Deborah Brown took her devotion to the extreme. In Wilmington, Delaware, Shakira Wanham will execute a devious plan to keep her beloved living the high life. Growing up poor in the worst part of the city, Shakira Wanham's childhood was far from idyllic.
Shakira was born when I was 17 and a half. Shakira's father, he wasn't a good provider. I was the one that was working.
He was an alcoholic. He had serious mental health issues. In fact, he was bipolar.
Shakira's father's volatile personality makes her home life extremely unstable.
Shakira's father was a violent man, and he was abusive towards her mother.
When she see that he would put his hands on me, Shakira would try to pick up something and hit him to protect me.
She witnessed abuse all the time when she was a child.
One such event on New Year's Eve proves to be a defining moment in 5-year-old Shakira's life.
Shakira's father came in the house after having a hard night of drinking and started arguing with me about something.
Father goes to the kitchen, comes back with a steak knife, and goes after her.
And he stabbed me in the back. Then he pulled it out and came at my heart and then came at my throat. And Shakira was standing right next to me watching everything happen.
Despite a punctured lung, Deneen survives the attack. She returns home 2 days later, but will need the next 8 months to heal. The incident is burned into Shakira's psyche, and it will pave the way for all of her male relationships to come.
When we see a child who's exposed to violence, then that violence becomes part of their lives. Either they choose someone who's very violent in order to live with later on in life, or they perpetrate that violence.
She was unprepared for what was about to occur.
If it wasn't for love, Chicago would have never committed this.
Well, I'm glad my mama taught me to be a cocky motherfucker.
You hear that? Sjogren's disease is shouting.
It's more than just dryness. The fatigue is debilitating.
My joints hurt. My whole body hurts. I'm tired of not eating. It's time for us to shout. Because I'm more than dry. I'm fed up. And I am not alone.
Millions of people are struggling to connect their symptoms, but every shout can help others see a fuller picture of Sjogren's disease. Hear real stories. Share yours at shoutforsjogrens.com.
Back to school is back, and with Walmart's must-have,
They don't come on with these damn commercials.
you tell me.
You know, it just amazed me that these bitches is doing this for niggas they meeting. And within 30 days, these bitches are becoming cold-blooded molesters and goddamn killers and robbers. Like, damn. Damn. It really do pay to be a man in this world.
Wait for me.
Birthday, America. This is the furniture you waited 250 years for. Bob's Sedona Power Reclining Sofa, genuine leather seats, the Homeworks dining set, lift top storage, the Solitude bedroom, over 700 five-star reviews, and the Playday sectional, made from 100% American ambition.
Celebrate the 4th of July weekend at Bob's.
Where America shops for furniture.
Trademark. Oh my God.
Bob's Discount Furniture.
I had tens of thousands of dollars hanging over my head. If I was only making minimum payments, it would have taken me 54 years to pay this off. At National Debt Relief, you have someone in your corner that's fighting.
Man, shut the fuck up. Come on. See this crazy bitch.
National Debt Relief can help you to become debt-free. National Debt Relief was able to reduce my debt by over $21,000. National Debt Relief, they got me out of debt.
Call or visit nationaldebtrelief.com to find out how you can become debt-free.
When a storm's on the way, care shouldn't wait until something goes wrong.
They don't come the fuck on.
Home insurance checks in, follows through, and helps when it matters most. So you're not just covered, you're cared for. Kin Insurance. Get a quote today at kin.com.
At 5 years old, Shakira Wanham witnesses her father brutally attack her mother, Deneen, with a knife. After 8 months of recovery at home, Deneen survives and cuts him out of their life for good. With her dad out of the picture, Shakira blossoms.
This nigga stabbed her up.
She did well in school. She had good grades. She got A's and B's.
Shakira was very smart. She wanted to be an obstetrician or a gynecologist. Shakira had a lot of dreams.
But Shakira's dreams are quickly interrupted. Over the next 10 years, she watches helplessly as her mother is abused by a string of men.
God damn.
Shakira starts looking for an escape.
She was 11 years old when she started running away from the house. She would pack her clothes and sneak out at night when her mom was asleep.
She would sneak out windows. She would sneak out fire escapes. She always managed to get out.
Shakira's late-night excursions expose her to a dark world on the streets.
She would meet up with boys. They'd give her drugs and alcohol, and she would have sex with them.
Shakira certainly wasn't able to make rational decisions about life, and certainly she was at risk to these predator type of individuals who saw her as being very vulnerable.
By the time Shakira is 17, she has been living on and off the streets for a number of years and is addicted to drugs. Deneen tries to get her daughter help and sends her to various drug treatment programs.
Shakira spent 3/4 of her life in treatment centers because I was trying to find out what was going on with her. She did succeed in those treatment centers, but when she came home a week later, maybe 2 weeks later, she would do the same thing.
But all of that changes when 23-year-old charmer Stephen Martin sets his sights on Shakira.
Shakira saw Stephen on the street and somehow they ended up talking.
Within days, they're inseparable. Unlike all other men in her life, Stephen showers her with affection.
She had a good time with him, and he treated her like she wanted to be treated.
I think Shakira felt as though she had someone in her life that is finally showing her some attention, and she just gravitated towards it.
Stephen is a well-known drug dealer, but to Shakira, he acts like nothing but a prince. So when he asks her to move in with him just 2 months after they meet, Shakira thinks she's finally found everything she's wanted.
He would run her bath, water her, fix food for her. She didn't think a guy could treat her that way. And she was going to do everything she could not to let it go.
But that feeling doesn't last. Not long after the two start playing house, Shakira learns that her guardian angel is actually a devil in disguise. All the money Stephen makes from dealing has one purpose: to support his addiction to a street drug called wet.
Damn!
Wet is a drug concoction.
That nigga
where
was doing
you take a
shine
regular cigarette and dip it
and then vomiting
PCP.
fluid.
So individuals, sometimes they become very, very violent. At other times, they even become psychotic.
Suddenly, the affection
This
that
nigga was
Shakira
doing
has been
wet.
desperately craving is now.
Remember, I done
coming
did stories about motherfuckers that was off that shirt.
He became abusive. There was times that he would ask her to do something, and when she didn't want to or she couldn't, he would.
Shakira stayed
Boy, a nigga off that goddamn shirt.
with Stephen
Boy.
because in many ways she wanted that old Stephen, the one who made her feel very special, and she held out hope against hope that she could bring that back in him.
That's how my homegirl died.
Do everything she possibly could to please this person.
When Shakira met Stephen, she had no idea that she would end up in jail.
"17-year-old Shakira Wanham is 4 months into
Ain't
a
no
relationship
fucking way.
with 23-year-old Steve Martin, a street hustler who's addicted to drugs.
Cause you know if you don't let that shit dry, it'll blow up in your face.
He would tell her, do this, do that. He would verbally abuse her.
She was afraid that something would happen to her or her family if she did not do what she was told to do.
Stephen's dramatic personality change is bad enough, but things are about to get even worse. 4 months into their relationship, Stephen is high on wet and craving more.
Stephen said, I need money. I need you to rob somebody. Because,
What?
he wouldn't get into as much trouble as I would.
Bitch, I know you fucking lying.
He took the gun that
You
she
need me
carried
to
in
do
the
what?
and wiped his prints off of it, handed it to her, and said, I want you to go get me some money.
Nigga from who? Oh, shit, tell him I'm on my way to pick it up. Nigga, what the fuck? These niggas just say these simple ass lines and bitches is ready to go. Move some.
Beat up again.
Later that night, Shakira contacts the easiest target she can think of: a local street pharmacist named Johnny Jackson.
He was a drug dealer, and so she assumed he would have money on him.
Shakira tells Johnny she's looking to score some drugs, and he agrees to pick her up in a nearby neighborhood.
Johnny had gotten a ride from a woman named Alicia, who had brought her 4-year-old son, who was sitting in the back in a car seat.
Shakira climbs into the car.
Shakira goes forward with the plan, even though there's a young child in the back of the car. This really shows how committed that she is to Stephen. For a lot of other people, this would have been a game changer.
That's a down ass bitch, ain't she?
For Shakira, she knew that she had to do this in order to hold on to the love.
I'll tell them niggas, take me to the police station. Drop me out. Cause this nigga want me to kill y'all.
There was music on, which was very loud. And both Alicia and Johnny were singing.
Clutching the gun in her purse, Shakira knows it's either now or never. She pulls out the gun and tells Alicia to stop the car.
I said, "Give me your money." And Johnny said, "What?"
Shut up, Johnny. Just give me your money. I know you got cash on you.
But Johnny's not about to let a 17-year-old get the jump on him.
He went to reach for the gun.
That's when it clicked in her mind what Stephen was teaching her. Don't ever let someone take the gun from you because they'll take it and use it on you. She was afraid.
It was a very surreal thing for her. She closed her eyes. The next thing you know, the gun was going off.
When she opened her eyes, she saw blood.
She saw Johnny slumped over.
Johnny is dead. His friend Alicia has been shot in the arm, but Alicia's 4-year-old son makes it through the blasts unharmed.
Shakira was shocked because she didn't mean to kill anyone.
Shakira told Alicia to take her son and go, and they did.
Shakira fights her instinct to run. She knows she can't leave without getting what Stephen wants.
Shakira then went through his pockets, taking $50 and his cell phone.
She was obviously bloody, very scared, very panicky, crying, hysterical.
Shakira thought she was going to get more than $50 from him. She was concerned because everything went bad.
Shakira must have felt
He probably had money in his sock.
foolish because she ended up killing this man for just a few dollars.
A panicked Shakira knows she has to get as far away from the tragic scene as she can.
She ended up hitchhiking and getting dropped off at a gas station by Stephen's home. And she ran to the home from there and told Stephen what happened.
There was a big argument between the two.
He said, "The only thing I wanted you to do was just rob somebody and bring me some money."
You're thinking he's going to get me, he's going to abuse me, he's going to hit me.
But there's no time for Stephen to lash out. When Shakira tells him that she let Alicia and her young son go, Stephen knows it's only a matter of time before police track Shakira down. And he doesn't want to be anywhere near Wilmington when they do. So Stephen jumps into action.
He had her take her clothes because they had blood on them and put them in a bag and poured bleach on it. Then drove to New Jersey and they burned her clothes.
Shakira might have felt that Stephen was helping hide the evidence because he still loved her on some level, but the reality may simply be that he provided the murder weapon and was simply covering his own tracks.
Next, Stephen and Shakira flee. 3 hours later, the emotionally exhausted couple arrive at the home of a friend of Stephen's in New Jersey, where they fall asleep. But when Shakira wakes up in the morning, Stephen is gone.
It was a pure shock for her. And I think part of that was the fear of, how am I going to deal with this situation without him? He's always told me what to do. How am I going to get through this?
And there's only one person Shakira can truly trust. Her mom, who she hasn't spoken to in 6 months.
When I got a phone call about 1 in the morning, obviously I was happy to hear from her. And she said, "Well, Mom, I'm going to come home." I said, "Well, good. Well, come on home."
Shakira hitchhikes from New Jersey back to her mom's house in Wilmington.
She was very frail, eyes sunken in, and just very, very tiny. I gave her a hug, and she said, "Mom, I'm just tired." And then she laid down in her room and went to sleep.
5 hours later, Deneen is awakened by the sound of police pounding on the door.
The detective asked me, "Was my daughter home?" And at that point is when I went to look for her. I didn't see her at all in the home. I didn't know where Shakira was at that point. I didn't know.
Shakira may be missing, but her secret is about to see the cold light of day.
This bitch.
When I found out everything that happened and almost passed out.
Just imagine your brother, your cousin, your dad, and lost their life for $50 because another bitch wanted to get her nigga high. Like, boy, this is why I don't play fuck around. I don't like nobody sitting behind me in the car, none of that shit.
Start selling everywhere people shop, whether they're strolling or scrolling.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the street.
And never leave a sale behind with the world's best converting checkouts. See why millions of businesses sell with Shopify. Start your free trial today. This is you, needing a therapist. And here's Headway, with over 65,000. Need a Spanish speaker who gets your quirky Chilean family? They're on Headway. An ADHD expert with New York vibes? They're on Headway. Someone who can treat your depression in person? They're all on Headway. Here are the therapists in your state, and the ones who take your insurance. And here's the one who will understand you. Start feeling better with Headway.
Well, you do when the power goes out. Power outages can be unpredictable and inconvenient, but with a Generac home standby generator, your life goes on uninterrupted because you'll have power when you need it the most. Special financing and low monthly payment options are available. And if you call now, you will also receive a free 5-year warranty valued at over $500. Call or go online now to request your free quote. Power your life with Generac.
When you think about training in golf, you think about people working out, simply just lifting weights or doing, certain movements to get better and to swing it faster. What UGP has to offer is something that's really never been seen. It offers you to be in this golf space, to recover, to work out, to train, to do all these things that golf encompasses. But when it comes down to it, I trust the UGP is what we're doing.
We trying to see this crazy bitch.
17-year-old Shakira Wanham lands on her mother's doorstep after committing a robbery for her man, Stephen Martin, that ends in murder. 5 hours later, police come looking for Shakira.
I go open the door, and it's the police, and I'm shocked. They said, "Is your daughter Shakira at home?" And I said, "She was here, yes." Shakira! When I went to look for her, I didn't see my daughter.
Deneen demands to know what police want with Shakira. When she is told her daughter is wanted for murder, Deneen is floored.
This tore my heart. This ripped my heart out. That's my firstborn.
Armed with a search warrant, the officers hunt through every room, but find no sign of Shakira. Eventually, they find her huddled in an attic corner.
Well, one officer said, "Here she is." They lifted her up and handcuffed her.
Police haul Shakira away for questioning, where she gives up everything to police, including the man who put her up to it.
She said Stephen asked Shakira to rob for him after giving her some drugs. If she didn't do what he wanted her to do, he'd beat her again.
And they went to his home and found ammunition. And that's when they found him and arrested him.
Stephen admits to giving Shakira a gun, but vehemently denies having anything to do with the murder. He is arrested and convicted of a weapons-related violation, but faces no charges in the murder of Johnny
Because he ain't do shit.
Stephen is sentenced and serves only 2 years in prison.
To manipulate another bitch.
This was something that was an emotional assault to her because after all, she was just following his commands and trying to help him get money so that he can do drugs. Shakira committed this murder in order to please Stephen.
At the end of the day, it was Shakira's fault that Johnny Jackson lost his life.
Facts.
And Shakira knows that.
A little over a year later, Shakira faces a jury for her crimes, and she tells them that she's remorseful for her actions.
During trial, Shakira stated that she wished she could change places with Johnny. She feels very, very bad about what happened.
She expressed sorrow for the family and the people she'd hurt.
Shakira is convicted of 1 count of murder in the first degree and receives life in prison plus 17 years. On appeal, Shakira's lawyers argue against her conviction, citing her traumatic upbringing and age as mitigating factors. She is resentenced to 21 years.
She fortunately will have a life when she gets out of jail.
Yeah.
Because she was so young.
Hopefully.
So she'll be able to
I
make
think she
her way back
remorseful.
into society.
Today, Shakira has changed from the naive teen who killed in the name of love to a mature woman with a message.
The main thing that Shakira wants now is for people to learn from her mistake.
I bet she do.
Shakira is now one of the ones running the Scared Straight program.
She wanted to participate because she wanted to help other girls or women who may be in the same situation that she was in.
Pretty girl.
She thinks that by telling her story, it might help deter others from staying in abusive relationships.
High school diploma. She planned on running this alone when she gets out to pursue her passion for cosmetology. She's secured things to earn good times. Credit towards early release. All right. I don't know if I want to keep watching this shit. Let me find something else, cause Lord, these like, oh, I deal with enough of this at work.
Yvette Gay gives up control of her life when she falls hard for a duplicitous married man.
While he was growing this family with his mistress, Renwick was having children with his wife.
The daily lives of these people was unbelievable. Yvette was trying to please Renwick in every way.
And when Renwick goes into a murderous rage, Yvette will do anything to keep the peace.
He told Yvette to grab the guns and load up the car.
She was willing to do pretty much whatever it took, even if it meant that some lives were going to be lost.
Beautiful. And later, in the prairie state of Illinois, Vashon Mills rushes into a relationship with a charming hothead.
This is a man who told her that if anybody ever got in between them, he would kill them.
And when she tries to tame her man,
Sorry, you lying to me. Who are you talking to?
Vashon finds herself pulled into a world of madness and mayhem.
She knew they didn't get along, but she never thought he would take it this far.
He dragged the body by the belt and started the fire.
She would do basically anything for him, including
This gonna be the last one we watch.
There are hundreds of thousands of women in prison at any given time in the U.S. These are the true stories of my man. Yvette Gay is born into a chaotic home life in rural Washington, North Carolina.
Yvette didn't really grow up in a very nurturing, loving, and kind environment. Her father had health issues that he was dealing with. He wasn't able to work.
She had a mother who was diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic. She spent some time helping care for the family at times. She was one of 6 children.
There was no love in that home.
Growing up in a very chaotic household certainly can cause a lot of psychological dysfunction, but one learns that they can survive by just going along to get along.
Amid all the chaos and heartache of home, Yvette still has one person she can always count on, her twin sister, Doris.
They both had learning disabilities, but Doris had more proficiency than Yvette. And that made her protective. And their bond was not as equals necessarily, but as Doris in the role of the protector.
In spite of their learning curve, the duo takes life by the horns.
Yvette and Doris finished high school and got jobs in a crab factory where she and her sister worked together, but they brought their paychecks home to the family.
By the time she's 21, Yvette is tired of taking care of her family. She has her own womanly needs and wants a man to satisfy them.
Come meet my friend Renwick.
And just down the road is 22-year-old Renwick Gibbs, who sells candy bars out of his car.
Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. He's selling candy out the car. Oh, God.
She wasn't intending for that to go anywhere. And of course, Renwick and Yvette, they just took that to a whole nother level.
Yeah, so if you don't mind, I can maybe show you something.
Yeah.
So it's with this right here, right?
Okay.
Renwick is a newlywed. He's married to a woman named Anne, but he doesn't let things like his marital status get in the way of pursuing the young twin.
Yvette knew that Renwick was married. It was just 2 weeks after Anne and Renwick got married that Yvette became involved with him.
Damn.
Renwick turns on the charm with Yvette, and she's immediately drawn in.
But to be honest with you, I just think you're just beautiful.
Renwick was the first man that Yvette had ever known to pay attention to her. And this is seductive. This is very often mistaken as love.
This that bull. This is why I say, ladies, go on and flirt and date when y'all younger. So you don't be older, 21, 22, and the first nigga holler at you, you think, oh my God, girl,
On a regular basis.
this nigga wasn't no good. He fucking married. Just got married 2 weeks ago. And bitch, he teaching you how to ride a fucking bike. He just got married. 22 years old, bitch, and he sell candy bars out the trunk of his car. Girl, oh, I can't take this shit. My brain hurt.
As a youngster,
I
perhaps
promise
he
my
was
brain hurt.
abused himself, and therefore becomes a very abusive person. That's all he knows.
Despite the abuse, Yvette chooses to stay with him. And in just a few short months, Renwick convinces her to move in together in a house 5 minutes down the road from where she grew up. Almost immediately, Renwick takes complete control of Yvette's life.
From what she ate to where she lived to taking her paycheck, Yvette thought that his controlling behavior equated into caring and building a relationship.
Yvette's twins.
So he can sell candy out the trunk of his damn car.
So she follows Yvette to.
But she gotta work at the crab factory and give him the whole check. Boy, I can't.
Doris was in the house.
Oh, my washing machine stuff.
Her twin sister, but we don't know whether Renwick was sexually involved with Doris.
Meanwhile, Renwick still hasn't left his wife Anne and splits his time between the home he keeps with her and the one he shares with Yvette and Doris.
Doris stayed just to take care of her sister, knowing that he was extremely dangerous.
Renwick gets his money's worth out of his working women. Every penny they make goes right into his pockets.
Yvette, Doris, and Anne brought their checks home to Renwick. I consider him a pimp because he took money from these women that he didn't earn.
And he manages to keep all of them in fear of his violent temper.
His wife, Anne, and Yvette, and Doris knew that if they did not do what he said, that somebody or something was going to happen and it was not going to be good.
In the first year of their relationship, Yvette becomes pregnant with Renwick's baby. And any hopes she might have had to get out are dashed.
Yvette had a belief once she found out she was pregnant that she had to stay with Renwick in order for her child to be taken care of. She felt this was the card she was dealt.
Meanwhile, Renwick is busy spreading his seed. Yvette isn't the only one having a baby. Within the first 2 years of the affair, his wife Anne is also having children.
She got a key, so I'll tell her use the front door.
This compound of dysfunction continues to grow as Renwick is having children with Anne while he's having children with Yvette.
And you expect me to come home? Huh? You expect me?
And Renwick's growing family does nothing to curb his violent streak.
He was grossly abusive. And if he was mad at one woman, he would take it out on the other one.
Yvette saw the dark side of Renwick, but she had not seen what was to come.
In the battle for her man, Yvette will find a dark side of her own.
The moment she got in bed with a married man, she gave up control of her life.
Facts! Yvette decided that she would do whatever she had to do to be with this man. And she went down the darkest path possible to prove it.
I took a page out of your favorite book. You saw me lies just right where you look. Taught me a language that I'll never speak.
It seemed like it was a split second. We were T-boned in the intersection. I called Larry H. Parker. The team was so responsive. Everyone there was just amazing. They assured me that until they win, I didn't have to pay anything. It means a lot to me because you're not just a file to them. You're an actual person that gets time to get to know you. That is the type of people that you want to fight for you.
Care advocacy to me means being there for my patients to support them during what is probably the most difficult, critical time of their lives.
Advocates are healthcare experts with one job. They make the healthcare system work for you. Advocates can find the right doctors, schedule appointments, and even get meds, equipment, and specialists approved.
The thing I love most about being an advocate is hearing my patients tell me that they feel heard. They feel like they have a fighting chance for the first time because they have someone in their corner.
Advocates take on the calls, the insurance battles, and the endless paperwork. The tasks that keep pulling you away from the life you want to live.
It goes so much beyond just like healthcare and your doctor's appointments and your medication. My role is to take that weight off of your shoulders so that you can focus on your health.
Covered by Medicare? See if you qualify for an advocate at solacehealth.com or call 800-780-3000.
In Washington, North Carolina, 24-year-old Yvette Gay is in an abusive relationship with the manipulative and married Renwick Gibbs. Renwick constantly uses his violent rage to terrorize the families he's created with both his mistress Yvette and wife Anne.
He would hit them. He would threaten harm to the children.
Renwick fed off of the power of being controlling, being abusive, manipulating them. He was a king in his castle. They were the serfs, and he was getting high off of that.
After 5 grueling years of abuse and infidelity, Anne finally takes off with the kids and leaves Renwick.
Anne decided she'd had enough. Despite his best efforts, she wasn't having it.
Anne moves back in with her parents, and Renwick feels his world start to unravel, and he resorts to a desperate measure.
Renwick kidnapped Anne's family's dog.
Come here, huh?
And while Yvette and Doris watched, he tried to strangle it. He shot at it. But fortunately, the dog got away. So when the dog got away, he turned the gun on Yvette and Doris.
Put the gun down, please. No, put the gun down.
Yvette begged him to lower the gun. He did, but he always used these heartless scare tactics to keep her under control.
Yvette and Doris are safe for now, but Renwick's rage is still boiling. Later that night, he devises a new plan to make his wayward wife pay, and he commands Yvette and Doris help him.
This is gonna happen. Are you ready to do this?
No. Renwick told Yvette and Doris that he was going to kill Anne, and he told them that they were going to help him.
Hey, baby. Hey, Nelly girl.
Yvette and Doris stayed in this very abusive relationship with Renwick because he had control over them. He had power over
Was
them.
he fucking both of the sisters?
Yvette begs Renwick not to make her do it.
I need you to buck up, okay?
Yvette had a moment where she wanted to get out of this, but Renwick told her she had no choice.
I want you to see firsthand what's gonna happen to someone who disobeys and disrespects me. Where those bullets at? Where those bullets? Let's go.
Nothing can stop Renwick from executing his murderous plan.
He told Yvette to grab the guns and load up the car.
Renwick and Yvette gear up to pay an early morning visit to Anne.
I said,
Doris is ordered to stay behind.
right there.
Yvette stashes the weapons in the car, and she and Renwick make the 10-minute drive through the dark roads of Washington, North Carolina, to Anne's family home.
They parked on the side of the road, figuring that they would be able to use the darkness and the quietness to slowly work themselves through the grass and come up to the house without being seen.
He a cold motherfucker.
Yvette and Renwick creep up to Anne's parents' house. Once there, Renwick bursts through the front door.
He was met by Anne's mother and teenage sister and brother. That night, Anne wasn't at her parents' home. She was working the graveyard shift at the factory.
That's when Yvette realizes Renwick's plan has nothing to do with killing Anne.
His goal was to make her suffer, and she did. Everyone did.
Renwick orders Yvette to herd the family into a back room.
Yvette ushered the family into another small bedroom at gunpoint.
Beautiful. Shut your mouth. All right, just shut. Too much talking right now. Keep your gun on him. Just shut your mouth.
With the family on their knees and gagged, Renwick makes the final call.
Shoot him.
He told Yvette to execute them, to fire at each one of them and kill them.
Yvette placed her loyalty in the hands of somebody that she shouldn't have.
Like, how was all these bitches you hyped to go help your nigga kill his other bitch people? Like, bitch.
That turns her world upside down.
She got caught up in his charm, but when he was angry, he revealed a very explosive side to her.
Who are you talking to?
And the consequence was a destructive relationship that ended up in the death of an innocent victim.
After 5 years of bouncing between wife Anne and mistress Yvette in Washington, North Carolina, Renwick Gibbs feels his tightly controlled world fall apart when Anne walks out on him. Determined to make her pay, Renwick takes her family hostage with the reluctant help of his other woman, Yvette Gay.
Yvette had seen the dark side of Renwick, but she had not seen how low and how evil he would become.
Shut you up right now. That's what we're gonna do.
He had dominance and control on his mind.
Shut your mouth.
The family begs Yvette and Renwick for mercy.
Anne's mother asked him why. And Renwick said that he was tired of them coming in between he and Anne.
Why you with a bitch, though? Why you with a bitch? Got her ready to kill her.
With the family on their knees and gagged, Renwick is ready to take things to the next level.
Shoot them.
He orders Yvette to kill them all.
Shoot them.
Yvette followed Renwick's commands because she felt there was no other option for her. She was in fear for her life, but she also needed to support the father of her children.
I want you to go ahead and shoot them. Shoot them. Right now.
No, I can't shoot them. I can't.
Shoot them right now.
No! For the first time in her 5 years with Renwick, Yvette says no to it.
She drew the line when it came to actually taking another human.
Oh, I can hear the motorcycles. They on their way to the freeway.
Yvette's disobedience only fuels Renwick's resolve.
Myself. He grabbed a rifle and pointed it at each one of the victims at point blank range. Yvette was standing in the hallway and she saw them get executed one by one.
Yvette was in shock and disbelief that Renwick could actually pull the trigger and kill someone in cold blood.
With the revenge plot now finished, Renwick and Yvette leave without looking back.
In the end, the mission was accomplished. Yvette wasn't punished. She was able to assert herself, and she still had her man.
A few hours later, Anne's father comes home to the brutal scene. Anne is notified at work about the murder of her mother, sister, and brother. She knows there's only one person callous and cruel enough to destroy her world. Her husband, Renwick Gibbs.
Anne had a very long history with Renwick. This was the master abuser. So in knowing his pattern and how horrendous he could be, she knew that there was a connection here, that there was a reason that he may have been the person to do this to her family.
Despite years of loyalty to Renwick, when police arrive at the twins' home 2 days later, they surprisingly turn him in and tell police everything.
Yvette and Doris, at the end of the day, knew what Renwick did was wrong. They didn't want this on their conscience. They didn't want to be associated with this. They didn't want to be accomplices to these horrific murders. So in their minds and their hearts, they had no choice but to turn Renwick in to the authorities.
It's game over for Renwick, as he and the twins are escorted from the house in cuffs. Yvette Gay is convicted of first-degree murder, 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder, and burglary. 3 months later, Renwick Gibbs meets the same fate. They are both sentenced to death.
That's what he looked like. I'm done. I'm fucking done. She did all that for a nigga that looked like that?
Domestic violence under Renwick for a
Hell
very
no.
long time.
Hell no.
Coming home to
Big. I know you fucking lying. I need to turn the motherfucking brightness up on this motherfucker. Did y'all see that motherfucker? Look at her though. Lord have mercy.
As he and the twins are escorted from the house in cuffs. Yvette Gay is convicted of first-degree murder, 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder, and burglary. 3 months later, Renwick Gibbs meets the same fate. They are both sentenced to death.
Oh, Lord. Lord help me. Lord help me. Lord have mercy. You did all that for a nigga that look like that. I can't. I don't know what to do. He cockeyed too. This the shit I'm talking about.
I think most people
This the shit that I'm talking about right here.
This is a woman who had been a victim of domestic violence under Renwick for a very, very long time. She had her coming home to Jesus moment and realized that it was time to turn her life around.
Yvette has lost her freedom, but in some ways she gained it.
And Yvette's twin sister, Doris Gay, is given 10 years for her involvement as a co-conspirator. According to her lawyers, Yvette is still traumatized by her part in the brutal killings and regrets her actions.
Yvette did seem remorseful. She hated that she was involved in something that took this family's life. She was just doing what she was told to do.
There are a lot of people who find themselves in these situations for various reasons. And the dominance, the domestic violence that can go on in many different ways is a real horror.
For Yvette, seeing that the man that she loves is capable of perpetrating such a heinous crime broke that spell of love that she had for him.
In the end, Yvette sacrificed her life to please her man.
In Yvette's case, she chose badly. She chose to commit a absolutely horrible act because she was in love.
She got life. He on death row.
Yvette Gay's devotion cost 3 innocent lives and guarantees her own death behind bars.
Oh, baby.
In the prairie state of Illinois,
Oh, Lord.
Sean Mills will also learn that blindly following her impulsive man can have dire consequences.
When you shop Smart and Final, you'll find great deals on high-quality produce, meat, and groceries, and club sizes with no membership fees. For 4th of July savings, Smart Shoppers...
Who's still on here with me?
Numbers one more time.
Hey, you trying to win in calculus or enjoy the game?
What?
For Prize Picks, it's simple. Pick more or less on your favorite players to get your picks in. Then see if you got your picks right. Scott did last night without all this paperwork.
Nice. You work here?
Yeah, man, I've been here 3 months. Some people. Download the app and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 lottery. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Man can have dire consequences. In the inner city of Indianapolis, 19-year-old Vashon Mills is on the road to success.
Vashon had a high school education. She then got a nurse's aid certificate and was enrolling in nursing school.
To be able to take care of herself, take care of other people, so she was truly on a path to success.
And it looks like she won't have to walk that path alone. When shortly after graduation, Vashon falls in love with a man who has the future on his mind.
She met a man and they got married. He was a nice guy, earned a solid living, and he was in the military.
But the military life keeps him away from Vashon more than she'd like. 4 years and 2 daughters later, they divorced.
There was no significant father figure for her.
God damn.
A void in her emotionally, which resulted in her neediness towards men.
Vashon and the girls move out on their own. And love quickly finds her again when she meets 23-year-old co-worker Rayshawn Johnson.
Vashon was working at a healthcare facility. That's where she had met Rayshawn Johnson.
Okay, I'm Rayshawn. With names so similar, a match between Vashon and Rayshawn seems like fate. And after a few days of flirting, Vashon falls for him. Hard.
They bonded over the fact they had both recently been divorced. He was accepting of her children, and that brought a lot of comfort.
But Vashon's attraction may burn her in the end.
Vashon, you see the way he treats me?
What did you do? She was under his spell, so she'd pretty much do whatever he asked.
It was a crime of passion. It was one panic act after another, resulting in a very messy crime.
Boy.
Newly divorced nursing aide Vashon Mills.
Lee, you still on here?
Co-worker Rayshawn Johnson in the inner city of Indianapolis, Indiana.
He was charming. He listened to her. Sparks were flying, and Vashon was definitely getting pulled in.
Love is enchanting, especially for Vashon. And along came Rashawn, who told her everything that she needed to hear, who wanted to be that ear for her, who really wanted to listen to her.
The two nursing aides get serious quick, and it isn't long before Rayshawn is visiting Vashon's apartment on a daily basis.
Rashawn met Vashon's two girls and quickly incorporated them into his life.
Can y'all hear me?
Rayshawn spends any time and money he has trying to win over.
Or y'all just ain't responding to me?
But 3 weeks into the relationship, their fresh love is already starting to rock when Rayshawn's jealous side takes over.
Damn.
Did not allow her to talk to any male friends. He kept her away from them. He became increasingly more possessive and controlling of Vashon.
Vashon may have thought that what Rashawn was doing was just trying to protect her, try to protect the relationship. But the reality was that Rashawn was beginning to isolate her.
Who are you talking to?
I was talking to my friend.
Let me see your phone.
And Rayshawn's jealousy goes to the extreme, pulling Vashon and the girls completely into his world.
Tired of you lying to me. Who are you talking to?
I'm not nice.
Who are you talking to?
He made it absolutely clear to her that he didn't want anybody to come between them. He told Vashon that if anybody ever tried to come between them, he would kill them.
I'm sorry.
Ignoring the warning signs of Rayshawn's irrational behavior, Vashon not only stays with him, she upends her world to be in his life.
About 6 months into their relationship, Rayshawn invited Vashon to move in with him and his mother, which was in Bloomington, about 3 hours away from her family.
Vashon doesn't give the disruption a second thought.
She was moving away from her job. She was moving away from her support system, which was her family, and she now had to enroll her kids in different schools. She'd be completely under the care and control of Rayshawn and his mother.
The living conditions in Rayshawn's mother's housing project apartment are cramped, but Vashon sucks it up until the two can get on their feet. Rayshawn immediately finds work at a customer service company, and Vashon looks for a job so she can re-enroll in nursing school. But things are about to change.
One night, Rashawn and Vashon went to bingo night, and when they got there, Vashon noticed an elderly man at the bingo game.
74-year-old Oakley Mitchell is a retired veteran with a kind soul, a giving heart, and a listening ear.
Oakley was drawn to Vashon, and by the end of the night, she pretty much had told him her whole life story. Normally, Rashawn would be insanely jealous of Vashon talking to anyone else, especially another guy. But Oakley was a senior citizen, much older individual, and therefore was very non-threatening. Just a good old friendly soul.
I've got a big house. I've got plenty of space. You and your boyfriend want to come by, I can make you a pretty good deal.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oakley feels for Vashon's cramped living situation, and he could use an extra hand or two at home.
Oakley lived on a huge farm, and because he was in a wheelchair, he couldn't take care of himself. So he'd often invite young people to come live on his farm in exchange for helping him out. Vashon explained to Oakley that she had a boyfriend and that she would have to ask and bring him, but he was open to it.
Yeah, it was nice with you.
Here now, you behave. Bye-bye.
2 weeks after meeting Oakley, Rayshawn, Vashon, and the girls move in. And Vashon seems to be the answer to Oakley's prayers.
She cleaned the house for him, she drove him around, she even helped him put on his pajamas at night.
But just days after moving to the spacious farm, Rayshawn's already feeling crowded out.
From the time they moved onto the farm, Rayshawn was no longer in control. He was not the man of the house because it wasn't his house. He wasn't providing for her, Oakley was, and that did not sit well with Rayshawn.
Hey, what'd you do?
Rayshawn and Oakley were at each other's throats around the clock.
She knew they didn't get along, but she never thought he would take it this far.
I asked him, why would you do that?
Two weeks after meeting Oakley Mitchell, Vashawn Mills, boyfriend Rayshawn Johnson, and her 2 little girls moved to Oakley's farm in Secor, Illinois.
Life on the farm was good. Vashawn had more space, the girls could run around. Oakley had great company.
Vashawn was very fond of Oakley. She treated him like a grandfather. He didn't have any grandchildren of his own, so he enjoyed having Vashawn and the children around.
But the budding friendship doesn't sit well with Rayshawn.
Oakley was now getting attention from Vashawn. The more the relationship with Vashawn and Oakley increased and they became closer, the more antagonized and more resentful and more jealous that Rayshawn became.
And Oakley makes it clear that the feeling is mutual.
Oakley was frustrated with the way Rayshawn treated Vashawn and her children, talked down to them. Oakley did not care for that and did not want that to happen in his home.
You spend more time with him than me. I'm your boyfriend.
Oakley doesn't fear Rayshawn like Vashawn does, and he uses every chance he can to prove it.
Hey, look, you need to stay out of it. It's none of your business.
It is my business. My house, my business. You're gonna act like an animal. I want you to sleep out back.
He sometimes told him he had to go sleep outside or stay outside of the house, and that would create all kinds of conflict.
Now get going.
Keeping Rayshawn in check becomes a daily battle for Vashawn.
For Vashawn, this was a real conflict in that she really depended on Oakley and this very stabilizing situation. But yet at the same time, she was still in love with Rayshawn, who did things much different, maybe the opposite of Oakley. So what should have been a very even situation became very destabilizing because of this constant conflict in that area.
This is a man who told her that if anybody ever got in between them, he would kill them. And he did not like where he thought her relationship with Oakley was headed.
3 weeks after moving in, one hot summer night in August, the conflict between the 2 men takes a deadly turn.
Vashawn went upstairs.
Yeah, they said hot summer night like I was about to eat freaky.
She then came back downstairs to change Oakley into his pajamas, but she found him instead on his computer. So she went on into the bathroom.
But Rayshawn has finally reached his breaking point with Oakley.
You need to stand here. What? You need to stand here.
He closed the bathroom door, slammed it behind him, and left.
There is an eerie silence. And then 5 gunshots ring out.
Vashawn later exited the bathroom and saw Rayshawn in the hallway pacing back and forth with the handgun.
She's seen and known that he carried that gun, but she'd never seen him use it.
In Oakley's bedroom, Vashawn makes a grisly discovery.
She discovered Oakley slumped over his computer, and he had been shot.
Oakley is dead, and Vashawn is in a state of shock.
She knew they didn't get along, but she never thought he would take it this far.
She ran upstairs to check on the girls, and at some point, Rayshawn snapped out of his daze and started yelling for her to come back downstairs.
Vashawn does as she's told.
When Vashawn got back downstairs, Rayshawn wanted her to help him clean up the scene.
She was faced with the decision to either turn him in or help him cover it up.
Back to school is back, and with Walmart's must-haves, you can check off everything on their list.
Even a Huntrix backpack?
You tell me. With a fit this sharp, they could cut the lunch line.
All this?
All at Walmart prices?
Oh no! Knowledge is power.
Honeymoon, here we come.
Ew. It was supposed to look like this.
How bad do you think their room is? This is the room with the view.
Gotta get out of here.
My AAA travel advisor, Jack, can help us out.
Right. I married into the AAA family.
Book the trip you deserve. With AAA travel advisors and exclusive member benefits. AAA, we're always with you.
$15 a month at Mint Mobile. When I premium wireless for $15 a month, I think, why not premium wireless for $15 a month? Who am I kidding? Premium wireless for $15 a month will always premium wireless for $15 a month. And sometimes premium wireless, $15 a month every time. No points for subtlety, right? Let's be honest. Premium wireless for $15 a month, am I right? Let's just stop having AI write these, okay, guys?
Fantasy team is cooked. Guess I'm out for the season.
Hey, waiting all year is crazy. With Prize Picks, you can pick more or less on your favorite players whenever you want.
He's right. I locked in my picks before the game last night and cashed in.
Sweet. Did you get a new kicks?
Nah, damn, my side. Download the Prize Picks app and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 raffle. Prize Picks, it's good to be right.
Morgan Smith, and I am the founder and CEO of Minnow. Minnow is a family lifestyle brand that focuses on travel and resort wear. I started Minnow because I couldn't find what I was looking for as a parent. I wanted clean, classic, simple swimwear for my son. Press picked it up, bloggers picked it up. There was a moment. That was the fire, right? Like, let's go. Our mission is to inspire family experiences. I'm always going to say, let's book the trip. Let's go.
What a hotel, right? And only $250 a night for my favorite site. What?
You didn't check Trivago. Got mine for $155. You have to check Trivago.
Oh yeah, prove it.
On Trivago, you can compare hotel prices from multiple different sites, even your favorite one. Look, same hotel, $100 less. You didn't check Trivago?
I didn't check Trivago.
Check Trivago to compare prices and save up to 40%. Hotel? Trivago.
After stewing for weeks, Rashawn friend Rayshawn Johnson kills their elderly landlord, Oakley Mitchell, in a jealous rage. A few minutes after shooting Oakley, Rayshawn asks Rashawn to help him clean up the crime scene.
She had to make a decision whether she was going to help him cover it up or not.
The choice Rashawn makes is to stand by the man she loves.
She immediately began picking up shell casing.
As night turns to day, Rayshawn sets a large fire to dispose of the body.
He dragged the body by the belt and placed it on the burn pile.
But before he got to the burn pile, he pulled Oakley's wallet out of Oakley's pocket and gave it to Rashawn.
That old saying, no good deed goes unpunished, is really true here. Because here you have Oakley, who just wanted to really help these people out. He didn't have to extend his home, but he did it. And so what does he get in return? He gets murdered.
With the fire still burning, the couple flees the farm.
They grabbed the kids and went to Bloomington to check into a hotel. On getting to Bloomington, they stopped at an ATM, withdrew $400 from Oakley's account.
Rashawn is really torn here because on the one hand, she's really afraid that she might get caught up in this murder with her boyfriend. But on the other hand, she might have to turn against him and let him take the fall by himself. He had been there for her in her mind, and she felt that she had to be there for him.
Bitch is crazy.
The next morning, Rashawn and Rayshawn returned to the farm to check on the damage.
They discovered that Oakley's body was only partially consumed. Rashawn took the grotesque remains, threw them into the trunk of one of Oakley's cars, and drove to a bridge close by.
Determined to rid himself of Oakley once and for all, Rayshawn tosses his body over the bridge, while Rashawn looks on.
Oakley's body didn't land in the water, so Rayshawn had to run down and push his body into the water.
Then the couple heads off to spend Oakley's money as if nothing's happened.
Rashawn took Rayshawn to work, and then her and her
Two girls went shopping and bought some clothes, and she took her children to have their nails done.
Vashon has made the choice to cover for Rayshawn, and she's not turning back now.
During all of this time, Vashon had an opportunity to get away, to tell someone to put an end to this horrible nightmare.
But she doesn't. Instead, at the end of his shift, Vashon collects Rayshawn from work.
They headed back towards Indianapolis to her grandmother's house.
On the way, Vashon and Rayshawn learn some startling news.
They saw a news article where a body had been found in the Mackinac River where they had dumped Oakley's body. The body was discovered by a male who had went down to the Mackinac River to fish that morning.
The guilt of Oakley's murder begins to weigh on Vashon.
These bitches is crazy. Hey, April, baby.
She finally breaks her silence.
What? Did you say you killed someone?
Vashon told her grandmother everything. The grandmother then asked,
What do you mean you had to do it?
Had to, Mama. He was disrespecting us, trying to come between us.
Rayshawn may have been a person who had a lot of psychological issues growing up and therefore always felt that he was disrespected and reacted with extreme anger and rage. And in some ways, Oakley may have pressed some of those hot buttons from the past.
After the confession, Vashon's grandmother gets Rayshawn out of the house so she can figure out how to help clear Vashon's name.
Vashon's grandmother took Rayshawn to a family friend's home, left him there, and then contacted a family friend who was a detective.
The detective gets in touch with local police, and Vashon tells them where they can find Rayshawn.
police came to a home where Rayshawn had been staying and found him hiding in a closet. And that is where they arrested him for the murder of Oakley Mitchell.
Later that day, Vashon is also taken into custody.
Vashon pinned the entire murder on Rayshawn.
I was just scared. I was scared of it. I said, Ray, I asked him, why would you do that? That man was a good man. That man was a good man.
But Rayshawn also plays the blame game.
She told me to try to make her. Okay, who told you that? Sean. Okay.
He said that Vashon requested that he kill Oakley because Oakley had made unwanted sexual advances towards her, and that he only complied out of love for Vashon.
Rather than taking their chances in front of a jury, both Vashon and Rayshawn make deals with prosecutors.
Rayshawn pleaded guilty to first-degree murder and was sentenced to 50 years in prison. Vashon pleaded guilty to concealment of a homicide and mutilization of a body and received an 18-year sentence in prison. In many ways, I think Vashon had plenty of opportunities to get out of this very abusive and crazy relationship with Rayshawn. And so when there were the detours ahead, she ignored each and every one of them. And each time she did that, she was further and further in and just couldn't pull herself out.
In the end,
that bitch looked stressed. She looked stressed. That bitch still said he was a good man. Oh, she must be talking about that landlord.
She has not seen her children. She basically lost everything.
Vashon blamed herself for Oakley's murder. If she had never brought Rayshawn into his house, he'd still be alive and playing bingo today.
At the sentencing hearing, Vashon admitted guilt to a number of things, including falling in love with a bad man.
In life, there are choices and consequences. And Rayshawn and Vashon made an unhealthy choice by coming together to meet whatever their unconscious, irrational needs may have been. But the consequence was a very destructive relationship that unfortunately ended the life of an innocent victim.
God damn.
Stop shopping, get styled. Hey, what?
Hey, why? Hey, y'all. Why I'm talking to a nigga that I want to airbrush my Dickie suit for the funeral.
Hello, you who didn't set one foot in a mall and still looks amazing.
Why that nigga tell me my airbrush might be $1,000?
Personalized looks right to your door.
Like airbrush do cost a lot in LA. I'm not gonna lie, but a band, I can't do a band, baby. That nigga said from 1,000 to 1,500. I get it. I want a lot of shit on there. I get it. Of course, I made ChatGPT make the outfit for me, so of course I asked him how much for it. God damn.
And delivery. Or gas. Or groceries. Even monthly bills and streaming services. Parking in a high yield savings account.
I ain't doing that one.
And that is cashback too. Is that John Cena? Time is America's #1 choice for banking.
I ain't doing that one.
Vanessa Coleman thinks she's found her dream man when she falls for a mysterious stranger with tons of swagger.
He was a lot more experienced than she was. This relationship took her by storm.
But what attracts Vanessa in the first place will propel her into a violent nightmare where it's put up or shut up in the name of love.
They raped, beat, and tortured these victims. Then they killed them.
Vanessa's first crime was falling in love with a criminal. And later in Opelika, Florida, single mom Tamika Jasper Barbary lands the perfect family man.
He catered to her. He played the role of being the father figure for her son.
But what Tamika doesn't know will hurt her. When her husband's double life surfaces and she loses everything for her man.
Her daughter overlooked the big hotel.
I felt betrayed, felt hurt. I felt like we lived a lie.
Tamika was the type of person who sees the good in people. She's paying the consequences for it.
There are hundreds of thousands of women in prison at any given time in the U.S. These are the true stories of women who committed heinous crimes in the name of love.
Hey, baby.
18-year-old Vanessa Coleman graduates from high school in Springfield, Kentucky. She's looking forward to stepping out on her own, much to the disapproval of her parents.
They raised their daughters to go to college. Vanessa opted not to. She wanted to just kind of rest from education. Vanessa went to work at a fast food restaurant.
The parents thought they had their daughter's best interest at heart by encouraging her to go to college. But when she didn't do that, when she didn't follow through, they were heartbroken.
Vanessa's first month on the job is all work and no play. Until a friend introduces her to 24-year-old Latalvis Cobbins.
They called Latalvis Romeo. He was very charming. He was quite the ladies' man.
Vanessa's a good girl, but her curiosity is piqued by the handsome stranger.
Because he had lived in New York and they came down to Kentucky.
He had a different swagger about him than the boys that she would have been exposed to.
So his bad boy persona, being a little bit dangerous, all of this became intoxicating for Vanessa, who came from a very ordinary, humdrum life.
Vanessa is hooked.
There was very little of a dating period. It was sexual almost from the beginning. And she believed herself to be in love very quickly.
Vanessa was already fantasizing to move in with Latalvis.
But not everyone's as enamored with Vanessa's new man. Vanessa's parents see her relationship as more of an obsession than a romance.
He monopolized her time. If Vanessa wasn't with him, she was thinking about him or talking about him. And I think that parents and her sister viewed that as potential trouble.
Vanessa's family has good reason to worry. Latalvis has plenty of skeletons in his closet, including a hefty rap sheet.
Oh Lord.
Latalvis was next.
Latalvis. You should have known his name was Latalvis.
But none of that matters to Vanessa.
Vanessa romanticized his backstory.
Lord have mercy.
She was very
I just keep cutting my hair shorter and shorter every time I get up.
Latalvis turns Vanessa from the sweet and innocent girl her parents
Now he got her doing powder and shit.
He was a partier, and whatever Latalvis wanted to do is what Vanessa wanted to do.
He was not a great catch for a husband or someone to settle down with or, be serious with. He wasn't going to be in church on Sundays.
Just 6 months into their relationship,
I'm gonna have to go to a barbershop when I finish cutting my hair. Watch.
So he can be closer to his brother, Lamaricus.
They were going to stay with his brother for a while, look around for a job.
She cashed her last check and she wasn't going to go back. The excitement of being on this trip down there to Knoxville drew her in.
Vanessa's sister is the only one that knows about her impulsive plans.
Vanessa did not keep her parents informed of all her comings and goings, particularly when it came to Latalvis.
But Vanessa's excitement turns to dread when she lays eyes on their new home.
Lamaricus lived on Chipman Street in East Knoxville. It is very near high crime areas. The street itself was mostly shotgun style houses, and it's a poor neighborhood.
A reputation for violence, drug activity. There was drug use going on continually at that house on Chipman Street.
And Lamaricus fits right in.
Lamaricus was a cocaine dealer. The house was small. There were curtains serving as doors.
There was just no privacy. There was only one bathroom. She was the only girl. Vanessa was a long way from home.
After the introductions, Latalvis assures her it's okay, but Vanessa has second thoughts for the first time in their relationship. Vanessa decides to stick with her man anyway. But what she doesn't realize is this romantic ride is heading down a deadly road. 18-year-old Vanessa Coleman has moved to Knoxville, Tennessee with her first real boyfriend, 24-year-old Latalvis Cobbins.
Vanessa met Latalvis when she was 18, on the cusp of adulthood. He was exciting. He was dangerous.
Women should be aware of men who say the right things all the time and certainly with too much ease, because those are the ones that will hurt you in the end.
Vanessa's first crime was falling in love with a criminal.
On the eve of the new year, they're planning their future at the home of Latalvis's brother Lamaricus, who's planned a party with friends, and Vanessa is thrilled to celebrate as a new member of the crew.
There were drugs involved. They were intoxicated.
Maybe she getting high.
It was a little wild. She just rolled with it. Vanessa kind of let Latalvis run the show.
After the new year rings in, they spend the next 5 days lounging around the house.
Vanessa and Latalvis and Latalvis's friend George were staying at the house. They did not have jobs or a means of transportation.
Reality sets in when Lamaricus is ready to get back to business.
Marcus was getting agitated about having this group in that very small house without providing much in the way of income or helping out with anything.
He was getting increasingly angry. He was broke and he didn't have wheels and he couldn't get to his cocaine in order to make money. At one point, he talked about robbing banks.
The situation at the home gets more intense by the minute, but Vanessa stays glued to her man.
She did choose to stay. Vanessa may have hoped that Latalvis would provide some protection for her if things got out of hand.
Vanessa wasn't about to argue with Latalvis. He was firmly in command. She was out of her element, and she was in a place where perhaps she wasn't feeling the most secure.
But her fears are justified 6 nights later.
Marcus and Latalvis and George were using wet blunts, which is this marijuana joint that's embalming fluid. It has some hallucinogenic effects.
Lamarcus tells his
All
daughter
these
it's time
all
for
these
them to
niggas was doing sure.
house.
Lord have mercy.
They're going to take a ride and leave Vanessa behind.
George had reservations about it. He stayed back at the house. Vanessa was just hanging out there at the house.
2 hours later, the brothers come back, clearly anxious about something. Vanessa has no idea what's happening.
There were some discussions about what to do, how to handle the situation, what to do next. They were arguing loudly.
Vanessa knew something was very wrong.
Nothing can prepare her for what happens next.
Vanessa saw them lead a young woman whose head was covered and her hands were tied into the house.
No one explained what she was doing there and why.
George and the two brothers make a beeline into a curtained-off bedroom with the woman in their grips. Almost immediately, Vanessa starts to hear horrifying sounds coming from the room.
She was crying out in pain, pleading for someone to help her. It was a small house, wooden floors. You could hear pretty much anything that went on in that house, anywhere you were. It'd be hard not to.
The woman's name is Shannon Christian, but Vanessa doesn't know how she came to be there or what's in store.
George and Talbot and Lamarcus each went into the room at different times by themselves with Shannon, so they alternated going in, sexually assaulting Shannon.
She's being held in that back bedroom and repeatedly being raped and terrorized. It was exceptionally cruel. She was blindfolded most of the time, so she didn't really even know who was doing what to her.
Shannon's cries are punctuated by the sounds of the men yelling at her to keep quiet or she'll lose her life.
She was told by Latalvis if she would just cooperate and sort of submit herself to these things, that they would let her go.
Lamarcus had taken the blindfold off of her. Once she saw them and was at that location, that there was no way she could be let out of there alive, that they were going to have to kill her.
Vanessa sits by in shocked silence. Over the next 12 hours, Vanessa watches obediently as the men come and go.
There's a point where all three men had left and Vanessa was alone with Shannon.
Girl, you ain't call the police.
Aided her in some way.
2 hours later, Latalvis, Lamarcus, and George come back to finish their attack on Shannon. When the sounds of Shannon's screaming finally stop, Latalvis calls Vanessa into the room.
When Vanessa went into the room, Shannon was naked from the waist down. She was very clearly battered. She had a lot of facial injuries, and she was unconscious at that point.
Latalvis is about to put their love to the test.
Vanessa is in a situation now that she knows is wrong. But at this point, what can she do? Well, Talvis has a hold on her, which is amazing.
And later in Opelika, Florida, Tamika Jasper Barbary puts her freedom on the line to cover for her husband's secret life of crime.
Andre was selling drugs. I was devastated. I was like, why did we even get married?
She's a very trusting person, and she doesn't hesitate to really put her faith in people.
Well, you get consequences. What up, baby? You get consequences. I'm tired of looking at these silly bitches. I ain't gonna lie. I'm tired. I can't take too much more of them. They're driving me fucking crazy. Every time they do some stupid shit, I just keep cutting my hair shorter and shorter. Already bald headed. Now I'm finna have to go to the barbershop tomorrow.
Felicia Scott took extreme measures. She had the world at her fingertips.
She was very outgoing.
Police are beginning to wonder if this might have been a case of justifiable homicide after all.
She was absolutely 100% convinced in her mind that he.
So we ain't watched it from the beginning. Bitch, I'm trying to fucking click out.
As detectives continue their investigation, a darker side of Tiffany begins to emerge.
She might have been.
Let's see what this crazy bitch done did.
Managing partner at the offices of Larry H. Parker. Over the past 50 years, Larry and I built the #1 personal.
Should I call off tonight?
Ron's son and fellow attorney. I grew up in Larry H. Parker. From the mailroom to the courtroom, I've been here and will continue to be here.
I should call off, huh?
Take a look at our results. If you've been injured, call us for a free consultation and pay no fees unless we win your case.
The law offices of Larry H. Parker will fight for you.
Make this year's amazing with Zazzle. Zazzle's got invites and cards for every special moment, from birthday parties and graduations to bachelorette bashes and baby showers. You can create your own or customize countless designs by Zazzle's vibrant community of creators. Zazzle pairs high-quality printing with everyday value, offering luxurious textures, artisanal finishes, and premium paper options. For any special moment, any time of year, visit Zazzle.com.
A chance encounter sparks a fiery romance between a devoted single mom.
She was searching for someone to make her happy.
And her dashing neighbor.
Everywhere she went, he was there.
But just when their passion reached a crescendo, an act of unspeakable evil shatters their lives forever.
I seen the blood on the walls of her bed.
She was dead. It's the control.
The crime sparks, and
I couldn't believe it. I didn't want to believe it.
No one can fathom who would want to harm Tawana. She was a single mom, grandmother, and universally beloved by all.
She was there for me. Everything I spoke to her about, everything I came to her about.
All the children, my daughters, everybody loved Tawana.
Tawana Barnes Copeland was born in Washington, D.C. in 1969. One of 8 children, Tawana grew up in a tight-knit, God-fearing family.
She was raised to basically, if you wanted something, you have to go out and get it.
From a young age, Tawana wanted one thing above all else.
When it came to Tawana and her dating life, she was looking for love.
Sweet and vivacious, Tawana had no trouble attracting attention from the opposite sex. At 18, she gave birth to her daughter, India, followed a few years later by Kiana. While the relationships with the children's 2 fathers ultimately fizzled, Tawana poured her heart and soul into her family and was determined to provide for them.
Children were the world to her. She kept them straight in line, but she loved all of them.
She started working in Halifax Community Hospital as a cook, and she went from working as a cook to becoming a phlebotomist.
Tawana had single
Mike, you welcome, no big deal.
I don't know what I would have done without you.
Hey, I'm always having people out, so. I'm Sean, by the way.
She was like, I want you to meet my friend. His name's Sean.
You know you owe me, you know what I mean?
If me and Kiana asked him for something, he would be willing to give it to us. With no questions asked. Sean was in love. He told me numerous of times how much he loved my mother, how much he cared about it. I love you.
The relationship seemed picture perfect. But in the fall of 2010, Tawana abruptly decided she and Sean needed a break. According to Tawana, Sean lacked the drive and ambition that she expected from her man.
So I was like, Mom, what's wrong? He don't want to do nothing. He don't want to work. He don't want to do nothing. I'm not taking care of no grown man.
Tawana made him move from the bedroom to the couch. But Sean vowed to be there for Tawana. She wanted to reignite their romance.
He didn't understand why they broke up, and I was trying to explain to him, you gotta be patient with my mother. Like, you gotta listen sometimes. If she wants you to do something, do it.
Good morning.
Good morning, babe.
The new arrangement seemed to work out well for both of them. And maybe with time, Sean could prove he was a changed man.
He kept saying, telling her, and he wanted to be with a man later. What's going on?
Sean's willingness to give her the space she needed made Tawana's friends and family even more certain he was the man for her.
I've been ready for you to get back.
Sean was a loving, caring person. Oh, okay, now you found Mr. Bright.
But before Tawana and Sean could officially patch things up, tragedy struck. Standing in Tawana's apartment that cold December night, investigators are struck by the brutality of the attack against her. As investigators search for answers, the question isn't just who murdered Tawana Barnes Copeland, but why.
Why would anyone want to take the life of such a caring person? And that's when the mystery really began.
Single mother Tawana Barnes Copeland longed to share her life with someone special. And that dream seemed to come true when she met the handsome and kind-hearted Sean Davis.
Oh, shit.
But shortly after they moved in together, Tawana unexpectedly put the brakes on their relationship. Friends and family believe Tawana and Sean will soon reunite. But that hope is snuffed out when police find Tawana brutally stabbed to death inside her apartment.
She was found in her bed. She'd been stabbed several times, very deep wounds, 8 to 10 inches deep in the center of her torso.
Grieving friends and family converge outside Tawana's apartment building.
We were just heartbroken. We were really hurt. And you couldn't believe it.
Felt like I was crushed. Felt like my heart has just been taken out.
Huddled among them is a teary-eyed Sean Davis.
I actually called Sean. And he answered the phone and I said, Sean, you know mommy got killed? And he was like, what, for real? Are you serious?
While Sean and the rest of Tawana's loved ones grapple with their tragic loss, detectives question Tawana's daughter, Kiana.
Could you tell us what happened?
I came home. Mom, home.
According to Kiana, she returned home to the apartment around 8:30 p.m. after spending the day with her boyfriend.
My thing's gonna come over later.
Don't know it like myself. I say self-made, meaning I design myself. County jail fast, you can put my file yourself. Spot rain, swallow rocks, I'm getting high myself. Don't know it like myself.
The mama not answer. Mom.
I stood there for maybe 10-15 minutes calling my mom was going and she didn't answer me. When I feel my mom draw light on, that's when I seen the blood.
Kiana's description of the scene matches the one detectives have encountered.
There are a number of what we call defense wounds on her body, on the backside of her arms. Clearly, these wounds indicate a person is trying to protect themselves from the ravages of somebody that's attacking them.
Kiana tells detectives her mother might have fended off her attacker had she not been hampered by an injury she'd suffered at work the night before.
She called me and she was like, Key, I'm in the emergency room. She tripped over a wheelchair and broke her knee.
She had difficulty moving. She went to the emergency room. They put a cast on her. They gave her crutches.
To detectives, Tawana's condition sparks a theory. Could someone, perhaps a thief working the surrounding area, have taken note of her delicate condition and marked her for an easy target?
The area is not the worst area, but it's not the best area either.
Surveying the scene, robbery certainly seems possible.
Did you see your mom's car when you came in?
No, I didn't notice.
What kind of car is it?
A black Honda Accord.
Indeed, the victim of a revenge killing committed by a would-be burglar. Detectives instruct officers back at police headquarters to pull the incident reports on the prior break-in at Tawana's apartment.
In an investigation, some things may just jump out at you. Obviously, as an investigator, you're going to look at the break-in at Tawana's home not long before the attack on her that morning of December 7th.
But new information is about to reveal an even more terrifying layer to this tragic story and leave detectives speculating Tawana wasn't the victim of a home invasion. Rather, she unwittingly
invited her killer into her own home.
Please say baby on When the investigators initially arrived on the scene, they were somewhat baffled in terms of whether or not this was a crime of passion involving someone that perhaps knew Tawana, or maybe, just maybe, this was somebody from the outside that could have broken into the home. They knew that their work was cut out for them and that they were going to have to come up with a number of different scenarios to try to figure out exactly who was the person responsible for her death.
Exists in the center of the pot. So as you flip shit, you want to rotate.
These are my confidence boost.
An escape from my family drama.
Mi secreto para brillar.
The final touch to my life. Sunglass on. Own your moment.
Sell in all the places with Shopify, online, in person, and across social, and track every cha-ching, all in one place. When it's time to sell everywhere, it's time for Shopify. Start your free trial today.
You know what I'm saying?
Right here. Stay through.
Make your parents proud, Jimmy.
Your promotion's on the line, Jimmy. Your husband material, Jimmy.
Hey, Jimmy. Pressure like this on Golf Clash, you don't fight it. You play through it, baby.
The all new Audi Q3.
You already know this nigga done killed him. You know why we keep watching this crazy shit? Oh, y'all leaving me? Okay.
Airwick's fragrances are infused with pure essential oils, and with smart fragrance technology, they're noticeable from first to last drop to keep your home always inviting for up to 70 days. Airwick, always fragrant, always inviting.
Try to figure out exactly who was the person responsible for her death.
A stable job, an adoring family, a man who loved her and gave her the space she needed to find true happiness. It seemed Tawana Barnes Copeland was living a fairy tale. But that fairy tale took a nightmarish turn when Tawana's daughter discovered her brutally stabbed to death inside her apartment.
It was heartbreaking. It was disgusting. And first thing was running through my mind was just, how can somebody even have the heart, the guts to even do that to somebody?
A missing vehicle along with an open window suggests a possible robbery. Detectives have also learned that Tawana had thwarted a similar attack a few weeks earlier.
She called the police and the detective told her to come outside to identify the dudes.
She's identified those people. So one of the theories that was explored was whether or not her murder was maybe a retaliatory murder for her identification.
Investigators put out an APB on Tawana's vehicle and file a request for the incident report on the botched robbery. As for Tawana's friends and family, they're still in shock over the news of her death. No one seems more devastated than Tawana's daughter, Kiana, and Tawana's former boyfriend, Sean Davis.
Sean was upset. He missed my mom. He can't believe she's gone. He missed her so much. It took a lot out of him.
He loved her. He wanted to be with her. Now she gone.
As Sean and Kiana struggle to cope with the heartache, police finally receive the incident report from the initial break-in and identify a pair of suspects.
Whoever broke into the home decided to kill this woman because maybe she resisted. I have to find them.
While police scramble to locate these two men, detectives continue searching Tawana's apartment for additional evidence that might tie them to the crime.
They collected nearly everything that came from that apartment, all to see if it maybe could be later tested for DNA or fingerprints.
But as detectives take a closer look at the possible point of entry, they notice something unusual.
The window was open, and when police checked the locking mechanism, it appeared to work fine. Also, that was very suspicious was that the screen had been pushed out rather than pushed in,
which suggests they entered the apartment in some other fashion and then fled through the window.
But where exactly is that point of entry? As detectives try to solve this puzzle, they receive a call that changes everything.
We found out that those people were actually incarcerated at the time of the murder.
But if the two men who originally broke into Tawana's residence aren't responsible for her murder, then who is? Tawana's gruesome injuries may offer a clue.
She was stabbed at least 12 times. Her throat was slit. This person was obviously very passionate about her.
It was definitely a more emotional case than you typically have. A lot of times there can just be a random killing, or here you could tell that it was very personal.
Speaking to family members, detectives learned that Tawana recently put the brakes on her and Sean's budding romance and banished Sean to the couch while she figured things out.
They was together before, and she felt sorry for him at the same time. So like, okay, all right, you can sleep right here, but we're not sleeping in the same bed.
Is it possible that a lovelorn Sean may have murdered Tawana? Friends and family think the theory is absurd.
Sean was at the house, his hookouts and everything else, and it couldn't be Sean.
When police question him, Sean seems torn apart by Tawana's death.
Can we speak to you just a minute? Sure.
More importantly, Sean seems to have an airtight alibi.
What were you when all this happened? I was at work. I came over soon earlier.
He was very cooperative with the investigation. He told the police he had been at work all day.
Sean's supervisor at work ultimately corroborates his statement.
He worked at Kitchen Match Temporaries. It was a temp agency. Sean Davis arrived there in actuality about 11.
Sorry for your loss. If you have any more questions, we'll reach out to you.
With Sean's alibi all but eliminating him as a suspect, the investigation appears to have hit a dead end. Until the coroner's office issues their findings on Tawana's cause of death.
The wounds were consistent from being inflicted from a person who was left-handed.
Whoever had this knife was left-handed. Everybody thinking, who left-handed? Who left-handed?
Police quickly zero in on one individual, the person closest to Tawana, the person who placed the 911 call the night of the crime, her daughter, Kiana.
They asked me if I was left-handed. I'm like, yes, I'm left-handed, not knowing they asking me these questions for a reason.
Kiana is left-handed, and so was the killer. But, you wouldn't think that Kiana would ever hurt her mother.
But it isn't just Kiana's left hand that caught investigators' attention. It's what they heard when they closely examined her 911 call.
God damn, I thought it was the boyfriend.
If you listen to it, it sounds like Kiana's laughing.
Could Tawana's own flesh and blood have committed this terrible crime? Investigators bring Kiana in for questioning, starting with the timeline Kiana initially laid out for them.
Let me get this straight. You said you got home, waited 10 to 15 minutes, holding your mom, but you never bothered to check on her.
Yeah, I thought she was sleeping. They treated me as though, okay, well, how do we know that you didn't kill your mom?
As the interrogation intensifies, so does Kiana's belligerence.
That's what I said. They kept telling me to calm down, but to me it felt as though they just kept asking me the same questions and trying to reverse the questions. I told the detective, do you really think I'm crazy? Do I look like the person that can stand over you 10 times and slice your throat?
Whoever killed your mom was left-handed. You're left-handed. So we got a problem.
I didn't. I'm innocent. I'm telling you I'm innocent.
Okay, so if you didn't do it, then who did?
That's when Kiana drops a bombshell.
Well, I believed it was Bo. I thought it was Bo.
According to Kiana, while taking time to sort out her feelings for Sean, Tawana had met a man named Bo, a security guard at the hospital where she worked. Although she'd only met him once, Tawana's daughter had a bad feeling about Bo.
When I first met him, his body language seemed fishy.
Just 2 weeks after meeting Bo, Tawana was dead. To Kiana, the timing seemed like more than just a coincidence.
I didn't see no one else doing it to my mom but him.
But given her defiant attitude, detectives can't figure out if Kiana is telling the truth or trying to deflect attention away from herself.
You're going to continue to follow that person and watch that person, make sure they don't skip town. But you know that at some point, you're going to zero in on that person.
Who done unalive this lady?
The common duck. A remarkably complex creature, the duck exhibits a broad range of behaviors.
While one dislikes all things AI, another searches for a way to use AI privately. At long last, they fled Google and found their flock with DuckDuckGo, the search engine and browser, where AI is always private and optional.
I earned my degree online from Southern New Hampshire University. When it came to colleges, I just couldn't find the right fit. I know so many people say, like, I almost finished school, but I dropped out. When I saw like how much SNHU costs, I was like, I can actually afford this. Going to online school, it's a big step. Southern New Hampshire University says that they can get you to that finish line. They get you to the finish line. You can't say you can't do it because I did it. Go to snhu.edu.
Working at 14? Boy, what you saving up?
When a storm's on the way, care shouldn't wait until something goes wrong. Kin Home Insurance checks in, follows through, and helps when it matters most. So you're not just covered, you're cared for. Kin Insurance. Get a quote today at kin.com.
Oh, we got the wrong controller.
100 years ago, no one would insure cars for military members. So a group of soldiers backed each other. Today, we're still serving the military and their families with those same values our founders shared. USAA, taking care of our own.
Oh, well, shit. We'll give it back to that. I'm sorry. I thought that was Xbox.
Albert Genius, can I get a financial plan?
You got it.
Your budget and financial plan are ready.
Oh, shit.
Transfer $200 from my checking to my save.
Done.
What should I do this weekend? Any ideas?
How about brunch at Raffles, Morris's Rare Books and Comics, and a basketball game downtown?
Perfect. I don't make them look
We are human.
Well, yeah.
That's what Miss Westerville told me. Yeah.
We are very much human.
Why do detectives consider the fact that Tawana's killer was left-handed such a big break in the case? According to a 2012 study, only 10% of the general population is left.
Yeah, what's the deal?
Increases the pool of potential suspects for detectives.
Watching this little crazy shit.
Hours since police found Tawana Barnes Copeland stabbed to death inside the bedroom of her Washington, D.C. apartment. After
Trying to see who the hell done stabbed this lady.
police have learned that Tawana's attacker was left-handed, which shifts the focus of their investigation to her daughter, Kiana. But Kiana has put another possible suspect on the table, a mystery man named Bo, who Tawana started seeing after she put her romance with live-in boyfriend Sean Davis on hold. I thought maybe it was her friend Bo. I didn't know him, I just met him. And then as soon as my mom meets him, she's dead. How could this happen so fast? Unsure if Kiana is telling the truth or trying to throw them off her own trail, investigators ask Tawana's friends and family if Kiana might be capable of murder.
We were like, no, are you serious? Are you crazy? We'll curse the police out. Are you effing crazy? Like, get the hell out of here with that. No way. That's her mother. She loved her mother. She loved her mother.
In addition, Kiana seems to have an airtight alibi. According to Kiana's boyfriend, Matthew Salgado, she was with him the day the murder took place. But what about the 10 to 15 minute window between the time Kiana arrived home and the time she called 911? Ironically, the same autopsy report that cast a shadow of doubt over the left-handed Kiana ultimately exonerates her.
The autopsy could not really provide a specific time. They could just say that the murder had probably occurred 8 to 12 hours before she was discovered that evening.
That meant Tawana had been lying dead in her apartment since approximately 8:30 a.m. the morning of December 7th, a time that detectives can confirm Kiana was at the home of her boyfriend, Matthew Salgado. With Kiana eliminated as a suspect, investigators turn their attention to Tawana's mysterious new suitor, Bo. At first, investigators only know this mystery man by his first name, but a little digging reveals Bo is the nickname of Larry Thomas.
He was a nice looking guy, 5'6", 5'7", short haircut. Typical young looking dude.
According to her family, Bo had taken an interest in Tawana shortly after she decided to cool things off with live-in boyfriend Sean Davis.
I had a really good time tonight.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah.
Then, just 5 days before her murder, Tawana invited Bo back to her house.
The first date that Tawana and Bo went on was at the IHOP. The first time me and Kiana met Bo was that night.
Oh shit. My phone be having issues. Be back. Baby, don't worry about it. I'm about to get off in a minute anyway after this one.
And Kiana made it clear how she felt about him.
I did, typical child. You date my mom, look at me up and down, what's with you? Every question I asked him was like short answer, like, okay, can you do it on my face?
As for Sean, who was still crashing on Tawana's couch, he tried to make the best of an awkward situation. But when Bo found out Tawana's on-again, off-again ex-boyfriend still lived with her, he became upset.
I thought Bo was kind of jealous because when my mom would go to the house to meet us, Sean was in the living room on a pull-out sofa.
Detectives believe they finally found a motive that fits the crime: jealousy.
The investigators are very concerned about Bo because if you really look at the timeline, here he comes, and then less than 3 weeks later, she ends up dead.
I thought Bo took him though. My mother was playing with him, or, was like using him.
Investigators begin a search for Larry Thomas, aka Bo, but Thomas is nowhere to be found. With Bo MIA, Tawana's family decides to take matters into their own hands.
It was a hunt. You better hope they get you before we get you. That's how it was. That's how we feel.
With nearly everyone in Tawana's extended family scouring the area for clues, it doesn't take long for one of them, Tawana's street-smart cousin Patrick Wilson, to hunt Bo down. According to a friend, Bo had been spotted hanging out at a local recording studio. Patrick informs police and makes his way to the studio to confront Bo himself.
I rode over to the studio to go. I had a firearm. My friend came to his door.
What's going on?
He was like, man, let me talk to you first. I said, you don't need to talk, no boy. Excuse me. He here? I need to see him.
Hey, let me holler at boy. Turn away and I'll go get him. Hey, get him there. You get that.
Moments later, Bo emerges from the recording studio.
It's here to what? Hey. You killed him. I ain't killed him. I ain't killed him.
He said, man, I ain't had nothing to do with this.
Listen to what I'm saying, man. I ain't killed him.
But as Bo attempts to explain himself, an officer arrives on the scene.
What's going on? What's going on? Nothing's going on, man. You just came up here.
He places Bo in the squad car and calls in detectives.
Bo was a primary person of interest in this case.
With Bo in custody, detectives hope they finally found Tawana's killer, a possibility that proves even more likely when they make a shocking discovery.
You got my cousin's car right over there. That black one, right there. He stole it.
He had her car. I thought you did something to Tawana, Bo, and now you stole her car.
You got her car. She dead. No weapon. No nothing. So, how you get her car?
It appears investigators are one step closer to solving the murder of Tawana Barnes Copeland. But a shocking revelation will soon lead detectives to wonder, are they staring down Tawana's killer, or about to throw the book at an innocent man? After ruling out several suspects, including her daughter Kiana and her boyfriend turned roommate Sean Davis, police now believe Tawana's new love interest, Bo, aka Larry Thomas, is responsible for the murder of 41-year-old Tawana Barnes Copeland.
It appeared as though Bo was the person who could have been on the scene at the time of this altercation because he had her vehicle.
Everything in me was just saying this man kept your mother, he did it.
Thanks to Tawana's cousin Patrick Wilson, police now have Bo in custody. And as CSIs process Tawana's vehicle for evidence, detectives grill Bo about the murder. While Bo denies any involvement in the crime, he admits seeing Tawana in the hours just prior to her death.
She was at work, she was injured, and she called Bo to come pick her up for about 3 o'clock in the morning, and then drove her to her home, dropped her off, made sure she got safely into her bedroom.
What happened when you took her home?
Nothing. Nothing happened. She went to bed. I told her I would call her in the morning, and I left.
Bo tells detectives he went to work early that morning and tried to call Tawana several times during the course of the day.
I called her all day. She never answered her phone.
You got a car.
I drove her home from work. All right, so she let me borrow it.
She had allowed him to use her vehicle so that he could get back and forth to work.
Come on, man. You killed her for a while. You were jealous of all these other men.
No, that's not true.
Bo maintains he had nothing to do with the crime, but detectives believe the forensic evidence collected at the crime scene and in Tawana's car will link him to her murder.
We're also looking for fruits of evidence of the crime itself, whether or not the weapon used was in that vehicle, whether or not there's any blood stains in that vehicle. So the vehicle, most of the time, especially in a homicide case, is very, very critical.
But CSI's findings are surprisingly inconclusive.
They checked the car. Wasn't no evidence of blood. Wasn't nothing in the car.
Shortly after that, investigators receive a call from Bo's employer, who confirms Bo's story that he was at work at the time of the murder.
Bo's supervisor was contacted, and everything that Bo said, it was the truth.
Still, investigators aren't ready to rule out Bo as a suspect. They decide to subpoena the phone records of both Bo and Tawana. As detectives wait for a judge to sign off on the subpoena, Tawana's family begins planning her funeral.
I was angry, I was upset, I was sad, I was hysterical. I just wanted to get out of it. I just wanted to go home to my mother. I just couldn't do with none of this. Why would somebody do this to my mom?
Thankfully, Kiana can depend on the love and support of Sean Davis, Tawana's on-again, off-again boyfriend, whose love for Tawana and her daughter was unwavering.
The day before the funeral, I shook Sean's hand to tell him thank you for trying to look after Kiana.
As Sean, Kiana, and the rest of the family put the finishing touches on Tawana's funeral arrangements, the subpoena for Bo and Tawana's cell phone records is finally approved.
His phone records, as well as the caller ID in Tawana's apartment, indicated that he was trying to call her all day, consistent with his promise, and it aligned perfectly with where he said he was, which was out in Prince George's County, far away from the murder.
Though Bo's cell phone records seem to solidify his alibi, when investigators check Tawana's phone records, they make a startling discovery.
10:35 a.m., Tawana Barnes' cell phone was on the move, and it was pinging off a cell tower in northwest Washington, D.C. And this is a woman who we know was in no shape to be gallivanting around the city.
More importantly, how did Tawana's cell phone end up across town some 2 hours after her estimated time of death? Investigators check businesses in the area and uncover something shocking.
It was pinging off a cell tower, which was pretty much directly on top of Sean Davis's work. And at the same time, Sean Davis's phone was also making calls, pinging off that very same cell phone tower.
Is it a coincidence? Or could Tawana's doting boyfriend turned best friend have had a hand in her murder? The answer to that question would leave police and Tawana's family shell-shocked.
This your summer of hosting in style. Ashley Stars and Stripes sale is here with hot buys for every room starting at just $4.99 and save up to $1,000 store-wide. Plus, for a limited time, get 0% interest for 60 months. That's 5 full years interest-free. That means this power reclining sofa with built-in audio is now just $50 a month. Only at Ashley's Stars and Stripes sale, going on now. Shop more Stars and Stripes deals in-store or at ashley.com.
Operation Pizza is a go. Ready, throw.
What?
3 new Toy Story 5 personal pizzas from Papa John's. Order 2 or more for $6.99 each. Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's.
Nice work. That's how you make a pizza.
See Disney and Pixar's Toy Story 5, now playing only in theaters. Rated PG.
The all-new Audi Q3. Made for a life of yes. Get exceptional offers at your local Audi dealer.
A brutal stabbing left 41-year-old Tawana Barnes Copeland dead, and her family searching for answers. While her killer remains at large, phone records indicate that Tawana's ex-flame, Sean Davis, was in possession of her cell phone shortly after her murder.
Cell site records show that that phone was located in the area of Sean Davis's work. But right after that call, the phone turned off and never turned on again.
The phone records also show Sean and Tawana had spoken multiple times in the hours leading up to her death, which contradicts Sean's initial statement. Still, investigators have a hard time believing Sean is Tawana's killer. For starters, his alibi that he was working all day checked out. And in the days since the murder, Sean had been the rock that propped up Tawana's grieving loved ones. But as detectives dig deeper, a less flattering picture of Sean begins to emerge.
Tawana and Sean has been in some fights before. He wanted her to stay with him. He wanted her to be with him. He wanted her as his girlfriend, and she didn't want that any longer.
Sean was pretty upset about Tawana moving on and doing whatever she wanted to do. And he still loved her. He was really mad.
On December 12th, 2010.
Who the hell killed this lady?
In for questioning.
He admitted that Tawana Barnes Copeland was his ex-girlfriend, that they had broken up and he had been jealous over her relationship with other men, but he still cared very deeply for her.
Though he was hurt when Tawana moved on, Sean insists he would never harm her and maintains he hadn't seen or even spoken to Tawana the day she died. But when presented with cell phone records, Sean's story begins to shift.
The phone record says you talked that morning. Oh, yeah. That's right. Yeah, she called me, wanted some help filling out a prescription.
Sean now claims he did speak to Tawana the day she was murdered.
She asked him if he would help to fill her prescriptions that morning. He said, I'll get to it later. The detectives pressed him on that point. You know, this is someone that you cared about. She had had this accident. She was in pain, and you just told her that you would get back to her later? That doesn't make sense.
So you're telling me you weren't at Tawana that morning? Yeah. How do you explain her cell phone hanged off a tower near your job? I don't know. I didn't have it.
That's when detectives throw Sean a curveball.
So are you right-handed or left-handed? Left-handed. Why you ask?
Sean Davis was left-handed, and this was significant because the wounds were consistent from being inflicted from a person who was left-handed.
Stand up.
It's not much, but based on the phone records, Sean's ever-changing stories, and the fact that he is left-handed, police decide to charge Sean Davis with Tawana's murder. Friends and family simply can't believe it.
The detectives called me and said, we found out who killed your mom. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Who was it? He took a deep sigh and was like, it was Sean. And I was like, who? And he's like, it was Sean.
The nigga that was crying in the beginning. The nigga that was crying in the fucking beginning.
Once he looked over and seen me sitting right there, it's like his whole mood changed.
Reading from the indictment, prosecutors assert that on the morning of December 7th, 2010, Tawana asked Sean Davis to help her fill out a pain prescription.
Can you help me fill this out for my prescription, please?
Sure, baby. I'll do anything for you.
But before they left the apartment, Sean confronted Tawana about her new friend, Bo.
So, how'd you get home?
Bo dropped me off.
Bo dropped you off.
Why you ain't call me? You know I'm always here for you.
I believe that he was jealous of Tawana's new romantic interest with Bo. He wanted to be with her, but she was interested in being with someone else.
According to prosecutors, when Tawana rejected Sean's advances, he snapped.
Damn.
He grabbed the knife out of the kitchen, came back into the room where Tawana was, and he proceeded to stab her.
I think that just pushed Sean to his limit. Like, okay, she really don't want to be with me no more, and she's basically moved on, and he didn't.
Prosecutors allege Sean stabbed Tawana over 12 times and then slashed her throat in one final act of rage.
The pieces of the puzzle came together. He was so much in love with her.
That's not love. I wish people quit saying that.
After he realized what he'd done, Sean panicked, stole Tawana's
That ain't got nothing to do with love. That's a motherfucker that want to control you. That's it, and that's all. Ain't no goddamn love.
And so it made a lot of sense that he then decided to stage the burglary, particularly opening up the window.
Prosecutors assert Sean's plan might have worked had it not been for one crucial slip-up.
Tawana's phone was ringing in the area in which Sean supposed to have been at work. So he had Tawana's phone the entire time. Then he gets rid of the phone. His job. Smart man. And I say that sarcastically.
But after the preliminary hearing, Sean Davis makes another unexpected move. With evidence mounting against him, he pleads guilty to Tawana's murder. The judge sentences him to 18 years in prison.
What?
He caught the plea because he knew he was done. His goose was cooked.
He said the reason he did it was because he wanted to be with her, but she didn't want to be with him, and he couldn't accept that it was a stupid mistake, and he was sorry.
For Tawana's loved ones,
18
the
years.
verdict is a bittersweet reward.
And he pled guilty, and I said what I said. He basically was showing like he really messed up, like he was sorry, but I didn't care. I don't think I'll ever forgive Sean. I've tried, and they say, you know, you don't have to forget, but you can forgive, but I don't think I'll ever forgive that man. Like, you did what you did, so take your punishment.
I believe that Sean was a ticking time bomb who was going to do something to get Tawana back, or he wasn't going to let her be with anyone else. And how can you do that to someone? You can't make a person love you. If
That
they don't
part.
love you, then you need to move on. You don't take nobody's life.
Boy, that shit too long. Oh, I gotta go to work.
For relief from hot sleep, Ashley
Fuck.
mattresses keep you comfortable all night with cool to the touch covers and ventilated layers. Sleep cooler, wake refreshed. Explore cooling mattresses at Ashley. Shop
Fuck,
your
y'all.
online.
I gotta motherfucking. I gotta go to work. Fuck. Fatal Attraction, too damn long. Take too long to get to the plot. There's too much going on.
Yes, this is a bizarre story. There's a female inside of a pharmacy store, takes a bunch of stuff. When the police show up, they try and apprehend her.
What do you know about?
I got time for one more thing.
And I feel like my ride or die, my backbone, you know what I mean? It's not standing me up when I'm falling.
Fuck.
You know, it's on my your thing.
Homegirl asked me to come early. Y'all supposed to be and go. It's like, bitch, I'm coming.
I'm a man of many talents. Dreams, aspirations. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a come
And I
early, you
feel like
figure, bitch. I'm just waiting on my other cover to dry so my bed can be made.
standing me up when I'm falling off.
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
So you need a supportive partner.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, and not believing in my dreams.
Got you.
Would you like to tell him what your dreams are?
Yes.
So
That's a great
yeah,
place to
let's start that up.
But the dream has always been a dream. we're talking about football.
Mhm.
It's more than the game.
Yeah.
I don't blood, sweat, and tears. I've been doing it since I was yay high.
Mm-hmm.
Why stop now?
Okay. So I just want to see where we're at with football. This NFL level,
Go down another level.
arena,
Let's go down another level.
USFL.
You need to go down by 4 more levels.
Oh, semi-pro.
Getting hot.
Am I know?
Getting warmer.
Go down.
38U? 37. 37U. Recti.
37.
Okay, so you're still playing intramurals.
Still.
Really, it's 40 and under, but I'm playing up. Like I'm a young guy, but I'm playing up to the competition. You see what I'm saying? Like I'm really a rookie.
You're in a 40U league, but you 37.
I'm 37, but I'm playing up. They old.
Okay. Now, usually that's good when you're young, but when you're old, I feel like it'll actually be a benefit when they're old and you're young, if that makes sense.
I am just so much more spiritually grounded, spiritually mature, spiritually evolved. I see you got the evil eye, so you feel me, brother Ashe, and so it is. You're protected, and I feel really good.
That's just a cardigan. You see, you trying to tie everything into that.
He's got like 85 evil eye on his
That's a cardigan.
karma. Good karma. I like that.
Man, that's a sweater with 3 buddies that's about to pop on it, and you trying to tie that into your spiritual stuff.
Yes, because
Everybody-
everything, there's signs are everywhere.
Okay, just
he
tell-
doesn't see that everything is connected, as above, so below.
Let's hold 1 second. What you mean by evil eye?
Evil eye, I mean, you're protecting yourself from like the evil gaze. People who wish
Evil
that-
gaze?
the evil
I
gaze.
love gay people. I don't
No, not the evil gaze. The evil gaze.
got you because you know the LGBT. They'll kill you on Twitter. You got to say what letter you mean.
Yes.
Okay, but evil eye is good.
Yes, the evil eye is good.
Okay, now Jade, you said you guys are on emotionally spiritual different levels.
Yes, clearly.
Ancestral plane and all that.
Mhm.
What does that look like on a day-to-day? What made you come in and express that to me?
I mean, I just feel like there's just a compatibility issue. I feel like he doesn't take my spirituality seriously. I feel like it just makes things a little difficult in our love life.
Okay, how would he take that more seriously? What would Mojo taking you more seriously look like?
I mean, he could give me his time of birth.
What? For what?
So that I can do a deep dive on his birth chart and really understand what I'm getting myself into astrologically.
See, that's my thing. I'm not really with the astronomy stuff. I'm not really with that.
Okay.
She come in, want to use the astronomy to say you this reason. No,
It's
I let you know.
astrology.
No,
It's astrology. We've been together.
Apology is what I want for having me come down here and not giving me an opportunity to say my piece.
And see what I'm saying? He doesn't take it seriously enough to even say it correct after 5 years. 555. 555. Change. Evolution. We should be there by now.
555 is 15. That's what 555 is.
What happened with you with the pink? Or should we go with the green? Because the pink can do this, or we can go backwards with it, or we can do this.
Go with the green.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a blunt and get dressed for work.
What brings us in? I think there was a little frustration there. What brings you guys in?
In the beginning, I thought maybe he was a little gay. But he was nice. I wanted to give him a chance.
Okay.
And I thought maybe I could turn him. You know, make him a little rough. I did not realize how obsessed Jordan was with Disney. I thought in the beginning it was just something cute, fairy tale, you know, like creating a whimsical romance. But now this digger,
Digger? The Disney nigga. Disney nigga.
it is now turned into my entire life. I know things that I wish I didn't know about Disney.
Got it. First, okay, I'm so sorry. How is it? This is what bothers me. It's the fact that she's like, oh, and now it's turned. We met, long story short, we were single writers, right, at Disney. And then she was like, oh, I think this can work. And I was like, I think you can make a man out of me. And then we kept going from there. You know, on average, there's about, I would say, over 366,000 employees across both theme parks. Everyone knows me by name.
Wow.
And she thought, remember, 5-year anniversary, I took her to Tokyo Disney. They said, Konnichiwa, Jordan. I didn't even they just knew me. Like, that's how much. And now it's a surprise. Now it's a surprise.
Okay, so you're one of those.
He is one of those.
It seemed like it was a split second.
Oh, let me get ready for work. Fuck, I should have went to sleep.
The team was so responsive.
But when I get off, I'm good. I ain't gotta go back to work till Tuesday and only at nighttime. So I get to turn up tomorrow.
Means a lot to me because you're not just a file to them. You're an actual person that gets time to get to know you. That is the type of people that you want to fight for you.
So
looking to stand out in today's job market, Southern New Hampshire University.
Oh, let me get dressed.
Like psychology, cybersecurity, and our MBA. You'll gain the skills employers are looking for.
What pulled me to a master's degree was the fact that it was online. It was at my pace.
And wherever your career takes you, your SNHU degree can help you reach your goals.
There's always somebody there who can help you. You don't have to do it alone. I really mean that too.
Visit snhu.edu today to get started.
Run the numbers one more time.
Hey, you trying to win in calculus or enjoy the game?
What?
With PrizePicks, it's simple. Pick more or less on your favorite players to get your picks in. Then see if you got your picks right, like I did last night, without all this paperwork.
Nice. You work here?
Yeah, man, I've been here 3 months. Some people. Download the app and get $50 instantly when you play your first $5 round. PrizePicks, it's good to be right.
Into all the challenges and all the motivation to start. Did everyone already hit their goals? Did they achieve everything they were hoping for a month ago?
Yeah, because I am having company, so yeah.
Right, Kanisha and BT. Tell me what brings you in today. Would you like to speak or you want me to go?
Would you like to speak or would you want me to go? You brought me here.
All right. So, this lovely, lovely lady, beautiful soul. Is this your actual voice? Yes. Okay. I just feel like, I just didn't expect that. Please. No. My apologies. It's fine.
Voice of a second.
We had something beautiful together. We have a beautiful child. Oh, she's so beautiful, but there's a disconnect because she's not helping raise our baby, like not as much as I would like. She's doing her best. But she just,
Anyway, the problem is this crybaby ass nigga want to be a family. You know, look, he dressed like me. Look at this. Coming here.
I saw what you were putting on. I thought we should match and be a unit.
Oh God, I just want to be left alone. That's it. A real MILF in this street. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
Motherhood, I'd like to forget.
Okay, Kanisha, I'm noticing a lot of beatboxing. Yes. What are you feeling? Take me through your feelings. Take me through there.
Oh, take me there. You're having a good time? First of all, I got asthma. So you should have stuck up for me, and that's what the stuff I'm talking about. You should have let him know I had asthma, and this is what I'm talking about.
She has asthma.
Thank you. So he wants to be a family. She's not there. He don't even really want me there for the baby. He want me there for him. You know what I'm saying? Look at this.
I would love if you were there for the baby. Our child is an angel. She's a miracle.
First of all, I almost died giving birth. He talking about it's a miracle. I'm the miracle, okay? And he's sitting here crying because I don't want to be friends with the baby. Who friends with somebody who tried to kill us?
A lot of people, gangbangers.
I've always been the young guy, right? No matter at 10, 15, 20, or 37. I've always been.
Go ahead. You always know what?
I've always been that nigga.
So you still young?
Yeah, forever young.
Let me just ask you this. What would you like Brittany to do? How would support look like to you?
When I'm on the sideline, you know what I'm saying? I'm really looking from the sideline because I should be on the field. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, it's a whole lot of politics going on. Coach Trippin. He got his favorites. He got his nephew and them on it. That's how he old though. Right. He got his son. He ain't. See, they go all the way back. Got it. They go all the way back. Got it.
And is this thrift? And that's the other thing. He thrifting all the time. Every time he come in the house, he smelling like feet and Fritos.
Listen, man, I love Fritos.
Fritos.
I love the good will. What's Fritos?
You've never had a Frito? A corn
Frito?
chip? A corn chip. Fritos.
I think you're putting a lot on the Fritos. They like Fritos.
No, Fritos. They call it Fritos.
You know what?
Either way it goes, he smell like toast.
Yeah.
With a little bit of free.
I felt things were connecting so well that I gave a Disney themed.
I know I look a mess about the head. I'll have to let it dry because I've been cooking.
Who wants to hear Alvin and the Chipmunks singing while I am trying to enjoy my truffle wagyu?
And this is what bothers me. She knows that it's Chip and Dale.
What did I say?
Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Same thing, they're rats.
Ooh. Bro, if Mickey heard this talk about banned from the
He's
theme,
a rat too.
you don't want to go to the game because he's not playing in the game?
No, he's not playing the game. He's talking about I'm sitting out there in the car. He might as well be sitting out there with me. I went to go support him at a game one time. I'm sitting out there on the bench. He's sitting right next to me. What kind of support you want me to do?
Okay, so how many seasons has it been since you've been actively kind of participating in the rec league?
What you mean participate?
Like, when would you last get a good amount of playing time?
Oh, wait, what you 37 now? You graduated when you was at 8. What
No,
you
so I've been on this. I've been on this particular team for 2 years.
Okay.
Well, how many points have you scored, would you say, within those whole 2 years you've been playing?
Point scored. See how she not even locked in to the motherfucking game? See that? This ain't basketball.
He ain't scored no touchdown. A down ain't been touched at all. How many times you touched the ball? See?
In 2 years?
Yeah.
I mean, warm-ups. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be there to warm. I'm a team player. I need my team player to be a team player.
If we talking about astronomy, that's all I'm saying.
Astrology.
Astrology, okay. We talking about astrology, right? If I do something, if I don't take the trash out, see, Aquarius, they lazy. I know 3 Capricorns that don't take the trash out.
Which is absolutely why I needed to do a deeper dive in his chart to know all of his astrological placements. Is his Mercury in Virgo? What is your Venus? What is your moon? What is his rising?
I'm your Venus. I'm your fire. You're the sire.
Okay.
I heard that on commercial once. Let's take a break. You want his birth chart.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar what that means and how he can either give that to you or not. What does that mean?
So you know the time of birth, the city you were born.
That nigga said, I know 3 Capricorns that'll take out the trash, and bitch, I'm one of them.
And with that information, I can fully understand who he is to see that we're cosmically in tune.
Hold on. When the planets never got out of place.
Baby, we're constantly rotating and there's revolutions and things are shifting. Do you see? Like, he can't even comprehend. So
Think about what she just said. Rotate.
yes.
If we rotate, if we all started going in a circle right now, I'm not gonna get in front of you unless I start walking faster than you. The planets don't do that. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where you learn this stuff at, and it's okay if it's gonna be a hobby.
It's already downloaded in me. It's downloaded in all of us, and he won't tap into his inner knowing, his understanding, his innerstanding, his overstanding.
Okay, Dr. Umar.
You know, she has this attitude, but she was very gung-ho about making this baby. She was trying every night as much as she could. I tried to wear protection. She said raw is raw.
Raw is law, baby. Every time. I'm allergic to like that.
So how did you want the baby or not want the baby?
No, he knew I never wanted no kids, okay? He knows that. He knew that from the beginning. I do not want children. I still don't know how this baby got here right now.
Is it the raw sex?
I mean, there's preventative measures. That just because you have a raw sex don't mean you want to have a baby.
Okay.
What does it mean?
You like raw sex, it means you like to feel it. It's organic. It don't count if it got something on it. You know
Organic
what I'm saying?
bean?
Yeah, I like it organically. I like the
Whole Foods.
Yes. Whole my foods.
Tell me this is not beautiful. This is I still have it written down. This is how I proposed. Okay, so I got on a knee and I said, since the day I met you, you showed me a whole new world. And now I feel like it's time that I be a part of your world. You are an artist, and I cannot wait to paint with all the colors of your wind. You are the Daisy to my Donald, the Minnie to my Mickey. With you in my life, I have the bare necessities. Will you marry me? I mean, it is beautiful, Gigi.
If you're 12,
At heart.
sure, you compared us to rats. Also, let's examine it for a moment. Aladdin and Jasmine, he was a street rat. He had fleas. He was a bottom nigga. You think that I want to be compared to a girl who had everything and gave it up for love? Love doesn't pay the bills, Jordan. Neither does Disney bucks.
What I choose to do with my Disney dollars is my business.
Disney dollars. Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's be clear, my husband is only 28.
Oh,
Yeah.
a bunch of young people dress like this.
No, they don't.
Dr. Freddie, tell the people young folks dress like this.
No, they don't.
Y'all don't know nobody who dress like that. All the YNs.
I didn't see the YN with the Kangol on as of yet.
Hello, it's Elmo. It's Elmo on top of this man's head. What is that?
Hold on, wait a minute now. You know my head get cold sometimes. Better put some fur on.
He went to sleep with a fade. He woke up with this. Is it dreads? Is it braids? What is it?
I don't know. It's the Cornell West. I read like 2 or 3 books, man, and it just grew straight out.
I believe you since high school, college. But I believe it's just time for you to hang this shit up. I'm tired. You gotta let the shit go.
Doc, there's so much money out there.
That you not getting. That's why I be trying to tell you. You gotta let it go.
Where's the money for you in this? Lee, how could you make money?
One call.
From who?
All it takes is one. All it takes is one phone call.
From the NFL?
Yeah.
Okay. Quick question.
The NFL must stand for no, you fucking lying.
Okay, now Mojo, you said you were upset in your intake form. You said you were upset because since you wouldn't give her your birth chart, she called the hospital and pretended to be your mom?
Yes.
That feels like an invasion of your privacy. Explain how
That's a violation of my HIPAA laws.
HIPAA laws don't exist in the universe. That's a man-made construct. And I got approval from his mother, who came to me in a dream.
My mom has to get approval. My mama dead.
She came to me in a dream, even more spiritual. She came to me in a dream, dressed in all white, and she said, Jade, I need you to get his birth chart.
Is that how she said it?
My mama do not talk like that.
Absolutely talks like that.
If she just said my father, I would believe it. My mama does not talk. My mama voice ain't never been
My
that
mother
deep.
has always been like that. She said, Jade, I need you to go in and find his time of birth.
Your mama
So
might
that
have a robot. No, she did not say that.
his mother is an ancestor.
Oh hell no. My mama not. You not never finna say. My mama's not no ancestor. My mama was not no slave.
You don't have to be a slave. to
Everybody we know that was an ancestor. Slave.
That's because they did.
Harriet Tubman, slave. Sojourner Truth, slave. Rosa Parks, slave.
Rosa Parks was literally not a slave, but yes, she is an ancestor. You don't have to be a slave to be an ancestor.
She was a slave to the back seat of the bus. See,
Okay,
that's
and
what
I'm a slave to this relationship because he will not give me what I need to unlock his birth chart to understand him.
I don't want to be locked. I want to stay locked. Don't unlock me.
Okay, BT, I noticed in your intake form.
This
that
nigga
you have
said-
nightmares. Explain what's happening.
Oh,
I
God.
consistently had dreams about. I had dreams about these babies that never made it, like haunting me. Explain. What are the dreams? Give me vivid detail. Okay, I wake up, I go outside, and there's a little baby outside, and I go to reach for the baby, smoke. And I sit in the car, I hear a baby crying.
Why she look like that? She had an abortion.
Reach for the baby, smoke. And they just keep disappearing. And then when I get to work, all of a sudden they're all there, but their faces are like, they have like little monster faces, like monster faces with the big eyes, like Momo. Yes, like and it was creepy, and I couldn't understand why these babies were after me. I wanted them there. I would have loved them all, even with their little faces. Kanisha, what are you feeling in this moment?
This is a safe space, right?
Safe space.
Well, I ain't told you something either. I take morning after pills like Skittles, baby. Them was all your kids, but I had to get rid of them.
You've been hurt in a car accident. It can be one of the hardest times of your life. Let us help you through it.
My mom got more than what we thought.
I was very pleased with my solo.
I would totally recommend Law Brothers to any of my family, any of my friends.
We're the Law Brothers.
I had dreams about babies that never made it haunting me. Aisha, what are you feeling in this moment?
It's a safe space, right?
Safe space.
Well, I ain't told you something either. I take morning after pills like Skittles, baby. Them was all your kids, but I had to get rid of them. I do. I had a lot of abortions. I'm banned from Planned Parenthood. Your baby's not a miracle. She's only here. They caught me doing a section by myself. That's why she got that little thing on her head. He think I'm clumsy. I be falling on purpose just in case there's a baby in there. Matter of fact, I see what time it is. I really got to take a Plan B right now. I'm sorry. They dissolve. You know what I'm saying? All the little whatever's in there. Oh yeah. We did it a couple nights ago, so I got to make sure that baby not gonna make it. But those you're seeing your kids, they're visiting you. We can drive by Planned Parenthood and wave out the dumpster after this if you would like for some closure. But that's what's happening. I see the judgment. I see it. I see it.
I'm not judging. I'm not. Your body, your choices. Choices. Really?
Listen.
I just didn't know. I didn't know you could get banned from Planned Parenthood.
Almost definitely.
All right. So, Brittany, in your intake form, you said that you're struggling in the intimacy department.
Yes.
Tell me more. What's going on there?
We can only have sex during certain times, and I really want to start a family. Like, we were supposed to have kids like years ago.
Okay.
Like, it's so.
I have two outside of us, but that's neither here nor there.
Got it.
But they're not my kids. Not saying fuck them kids, but I'm saying fuck them kids. You see what I'm saying, dog?
What are the times y'all can have sex?
Well, not when I'm in season.
Oh, okay.
See what I'm saying? Like that's the. Why can't you meet me halfway?
Even when you in season, you not in season. You're not doing nothing.
What is your season? What time is that?
The time frame.
Yes.
We're more of a. You know how football is more of a fall sport.
Mm-hmm.
We're more of a summer league.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When kids is on break.
Got it.
Because they play at middle school. They play at the middle school.
You play your games at a middle school?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you have to, don't judge a book by its cover. Okay, they've done a lot of enhancements with these fields and government funded and all the things like that. So let's not knock the old middle school pop.
When I went to sleep last night, my husband had hair.
First of all, this is easier to make. I don't have to get hair because, I was cutting my own hair. So you're all by choice. Yeah. You don't have
choice.
No hairline. No. I just don't want to do it. It's too much work. But I can't pay the barber because they charge $3 million. They are charging a lot. So I was like, I'll just shave it off. I started it for the summer. Decided I'm just keep it. It's nice. I can do this. I can go to Instagram. It's easy.
Okay. And Jasmine, this bothers you how?
I have a lifestyle I like to uphold, and bald is not a part of it. You know what I'm saying? Shaving cream, and I like edge ups. I like twists, gel. A bald head don't get me going. It was a perfect impersonation of his mother, by the way.
Well, it wasn't. You keep playing with it. Because we could talk. How about we talk about your mama?
Let's talk about my mama.
Always musty. Don't never wear the deodorant with the lumina in it.
That's because she's detoxing. She's constantly detoxing. All you need is a little lime juice. You putting all that stuff and you clogging up your body, and that's what's wrong. It gets you erectile dysfunction.
Well, I
ain't never had no erectile function, nothing.
Oh, okay. We lying to
I'm with Old Spice, and I'm still
okay. That's the reason why.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a deep breath. Mojo, how does her wanting your birth chart and violating your privacy make you feel in this relationship?
That's violating. She called the hospital. That's violating HIPAA laws.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
Like I could have, like on some real shit. Like I could have had her locked up for some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Trying to be my dead mama. That's impersonating a dead person. That's a crime.
And I would have been divinely protected.
How come every time
the laws of this universe do not apply to me?
How come every time you ask me a question, she gotta say something?
Because we're soul tied.
You know what? You should have been an ancestor because you know what the ancestors used to do back in the day?
What?
When they man used to talk, they used to shut the fuck up. That's what they used to do.
Do you
Something
see
you
how
don't
we
know
talk
nothing about.
so disrespectful?
Is that part of
That's not a king. That is not king mentality.
What is it?
It's I don't know,
What is it?
but I don't appreciate it. That's why we here.
No,
You
we
see how
here.
he talks? He does not treat me like the goddess that I am.
The what?
The goddess.
Is that how that's pronounced? I thought it was goddess.
I
Goddess.
thought it was too. She don't know what she is.
I know exactly.
That
what I am.
astrology shit, astronomy, whatever it is, it got a all up in here. It's all up in here.
I just
She
want-
thinks she on one of the planets.
Yeah, I get that.
It's Earth.
It's Earth. It's Earth.
No, keep it real.
No, it's Earth.
This Earth.
It's Earth.
Right. So
Yeah.
all that other shit, what's happening at Mars and Venus, that shit really don't matter right now because we ain't even over that.
But we're all a part of the universe. You see, you wearing this sweater is by design. It's by design.
I just want to say one thing. Since we're all connected, I do have to see this mojo.
Boy, you all finna go to work. Something right there. I'm like talk from my bed.
Everything's connected nostril-wise as well.
I'll see y'all. See y'all later. Thank you for hanging with me. I'm tired. I'll just put some water on my hair. I ain't even feel like putting no gel on it. I really didn't cut my shit down, but I needed to though. But I love y'all. I will see y'all in the morning.
I don't got regular size nostrils. I smell that shit in my sleep.